so far.
What, that's it? That's all you two idiots are giving me?
We had 2 minutes.
The Nintendo 64 is 25, and I've got Kojima news. Yes, that's right. This is going to be the best episode of Hack the Dino ever.
I love letting you down.
Over the intro. What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
Just being in professional.
Ladies and gentlemen, hi. This is Hack the Dino. I'm Ben Rosenthal, one of your hosts, and I'm here to talk with my mouth, making words, because that's how English works. Anyway, I'm here joined by one of my co-hosts, Floppy Starrick.
Hello, everybody. How are we today?
Oh, we're very good. Now, Floppy,
Yes, mate.
I understand that you wore a very special shirt today.
I did. It's my lovely denim jacket.
And underneath that jacket, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, he's the Xbox's #1 fan.
Thank you, Xbox, for sending me a shirt. Love your work.
Do you know who isn't Xbox's #1 fan?
Uh,
Millennial Falcon, Braden Dixon.
Hello, everyone. Did you see Miyamoto finger that N64 controller?
I see you've been through my personal collection. Ladies and gentlemen, and everything, oh, that's a bit rude. Everyone in between, I'm sorry.
Everyone in between, I think you mean to say.
Yes, everyone, we're all welcome here. Plant, mineral, or vegetable.
Even you.
Especially, I like that person.
Not that one, though.
No, they're all right. But anyway, we've got a very fun-filled show for you, as I said at the top, because I'm frantically clamoring to get out of the hole that I dug. If you like us, you can head on over to one URL now that has all of our links and all of our stuff. That's right. Head on over to hackthedino.com. Now it doesn't just go to our YouTube channel, it goes to a link tree. Do you know what a link tree is?
I do not, because I am 40.
Braden, do you know what a link tree is?
It's when you climb up and fall down.
And if you'd like to climb up and fall
Zelda?
down the big hack the... yeah. Hey, all right, I'm going to divert. In martial arts training, there's a...
Do you like karate?
Yeah, I tell you, I know karate. Martial arts, when you punch or you do something as a breathing exercise, we have to ki. It's like when you make impact, you go, yeah. Mine, because I spent my youth playing Ocarina of Time, my ki, I kid you not, sounds exactly like Link smashing a pot.
That is not intimidating.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
It's a little bit deeper than Link.
But I hear it doing karate, like when I'm doing it, I do it absentmindedly, and I'll hear it and I go, you fucking nerd.
You nerd.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Linktree. Head on over to hackthedino.com. It's got a list of all the places where you can go. It's got our YouTube channel at youtube.com/hackthedino. It's got our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/hackthedino. It's got our Instagram, our Facebook, and all the places where you can download the podcast and listen to our luscious voices talk about nerd crap.
Ooh, like Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, all of them?
Not Stitcher.
Not Stitcher?
No, but Spotify and iTunes are definitely there.
We got stitched up with Stitcher.
We did. You know what they did? They did a...
Made a boo-boo.
Hey, Floppy, what have you been playing?
Ooh, I've been playing some stuff and things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because since I finished Resident Evil 8, which was my new thing that I played, like the latest new thing I played, I decided to go back and play something I never finished from 2018.
Oh.
And I've been playing God of War.
Oh.
Yeah.
How is it?
It is freaking great. Like
On PS5? Did you get the PS5 upgrade?
I have. So I have upgraded to the PS5. I can't remember what it looked like on the PS4, so I'm assuming it's better. But yeah, I played a little bit of this when it came out, and then I got distracted by another game. And I never went back, which was, I know, criminal. But man, I'm loving it so much.
Honestly, I haven't finished it yet either.
I'm not even really too stressed about following the story. I'm just exploring and finding places.
Braden.
Braden's gone. If there's anyone out there that knows how to press buttons, can you come in and give us a hand?
Like, to my credit though, Braden, you do know what came out on the same day as God of War that I was really, really, had to finish.
Not Game of the Year?
No, but...
Raspberry Oreos?
No.
What did actually come out?
It actually outsold God of War on its opening weekend.
What was it?
Labo.
Holy shit.
Same day, and Labo sold more.
Can I just say, I've got nearly all the Labo.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you ever make it?
It's most of it.
How disappointed were you when Pokemon Snap did not have anything with Labo in it?
Oh, not really.
I was disappointed just with Pokemon Snap. What are you talking about?
Oh! Now it's my turn to walk out.
The other thing I've been playing, apart from God of War,
Yep.
is because I don't play that around my children because they're young and impressionable and I don't want to destroy them yet. So
Give
I
him an axe. Prude.
What's that to do with Prude? Like, weird. I've been still kicking along with a bit of Ratchet and Clank. but I kind of liked the going back aspect of playing things. But I'm doing Ratchet and Clank. I'm not heaps far in. I've just been cruising around and trying to find all the little gold bolts and stuff like that. Still,
It's such a fun world to explore.
such a great game to just cruise around in.
Braden, have you platinumed it yet?
I have not, but do you want to know why?
Because you made us a promise last show.
I haven't played any.
Yep.
No, do you want to know why? Because I don't want it to end.
Oh, that's adorable.
I don't want it to end. I just want to keep playing it. So I'm not finishing it until I plug my PS3 back in so I can go through and play the whole trilogy again.
Oh,
Game Boy
really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, man. That's...
Just call out in the chat. Game
That's
Boy
actually
Dad
quite nice.
is saying that I've been distracted by Fast and Furious Crossroads. I haven't, but did you know there is another Fast and Furious game coming out?
And
Yes.
It's based on the Netflix kids cartoon show.
Yeah, it's going to be... Yeah. Anyway, so the other thing I've been playing, as well as Ratchet and Clank, is I went back and I threw in Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy,
Right.
which is one of the games that I played on my PS1 when I first bought it back in, I don't know, it was Christmas 96 or something like that.
I remember playing this at Dan's one time after the show.
Do you remember how hard this thing is?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember not being impressed.
Like, I love it. Like, I'm impressed with it. I think it's wonderfully built. I just forgot how precise you had to be.
Yeah.
Like, it is hard.
It is like pixel perfect at times.
And so,
Really?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
thanks.
So over the last few days, I've gotten through the first island and I'm on the second island.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great. It's nice and it's simple. It is a well-made game. It is beautiful. If you've never played them, go play them because they're great. But just be prepared. They're hard because that's what games used to be.
The visual polish on it as well, it's just like, it visually is very satisfying.
It's really funny because like nostalgia tells me that this is what it looked like in the PS1.
Yep.
This
Because
is what my NES games looked like to me.
yeah, and then I still have a PS1 and I still have an old Crash Bandicoot and I popped it in. Doesn't look like this.
It's just Vaseline all over the land.
Just looked like shit. Sorry, Crash Bandicoot.
Braden,
Yo.
what have you been getting up to and not playing games?
I've been doing a little bit of reading.
Oh,
A little bit of reading. It's gaming related. Give me a chance.
yeah, lucky.
So I've been reading a book from one of my favorite YouTubers of like ever. They celebrated their 10-year anniversary earlier this year. It is a book called Fuck Yeah Video Games.
Fuck yeah, video games.
It's by Daniel Hardcastle, who you might know as Nerd Cubed over
I gotta
on
say,
the YouTubes.
that is one of the coolest last names ever.
Hardcastle?
Hardcastle.
Yeah, how is he not an action hero or a G.I. Joe character?
Yeah, because he's a massive nerd.
Yeah.
No, for real, it's really fun. It's a bit of a comedy biography type thing.
God damn it, you get Hardcastle in here now. I want to know why he didn't take down those terrorists.
It's very conversational.
Hardcastle!
It's good fun. It's good fun. I've grown up with him, so I really understand his humor. But I think it translates really well. He's just a really funny dude. He's British.
The name's
That's the
Castle.
point. And the forewords by Tim Schafer of Double Fine fame.
Hardcastle.
So that's pretty cool. So I'm enjoying that. It's really fun. Really liking it. And I've been playing another thing which I've only just gotten onto. I've played other games by the developers of this game. I've played Planet Coaster and I've played Jurassic. I've played Planet Zoo, and I finally tried out Jurassic World Evolution, which is really fun.
It's so good.
And it's different enough from like Planet Zoo, not just in the sense that it's dinosaurs instead of, you know, lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
How beautiful is the detail in it?
The details are great. I do miss some of the like decorating parts of like Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, but you do not have time for them because you don't get to pause in this. You are playing it the whole time. You don't get a chance to go, oh, the dinosaurs escaped. Let me pause. Let me set up all my other thing. No, the dinosaur's out. You have to just freaking get it. It's kind of stressful, but in a fun way. You get missions. The cast are there in the background as well. That's not a big thing for me, but I find it really fun.
I just want to point out that guy on the screen just before.
Yeah.
His name was Cabot Finch, which is possibly the worst name I've ever heard of.
How good is it when you have to jump into the Ranger vehicles, almost like a first-person mode,
Yeah.
and drive in and around the dinosaurs, take photos of them,
It's so
sometimes trank them?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have to trank them when you're in the Ranger vehicle. You like give them medicines and like vaccines and stuff if they get sick, And then if they are being rowdy and you have to trank them to
We
get
got
them
a rave
to sleep,
going.
if they escape or anything, or if you just want to move them, you fly a helicopter. And then in the helicopter, in like the side door, you like get a big
Yes,
sniper
here we
out
go.
and
So
trank
good.
him. It's
This is-
great.
Is that an
It's really
Allosaurus?
fun.
Yeah.
That's
Eat 'em.
when you've made a dinosaur, genetically grow one, and release it into the pen.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
These,
really?
Yeah, these really satisfying, like them coming out of the creation lab, and they do a big roar. And when the T-Rex comes out for the first time, it does like the music from
The bum
Jurassic Park.
bum bum bum.
Please, now answer me this: have you, at some point, saved your game and removed a piece of the fence to see what happens?
No, because it happened naturally, and it
Oh,
scared
really?
the shit out of me. Velociraptors don't like being alone. Turns out.
No.
Sorry. Just a point of contention. Velociraptors or Deinonychus?
In the game, they say Velociraptors.
So they're little chicken birds?
Nah, they're the
So they're Deinonychus.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, turns out I didn't make the second one fast enough. So the first one got angry that it was alone and proceeded to eat its way through heavy steel bars and murder many, many people.
How
Excellent.
satisfying or disturbing do you find the sheep getting lifted up to be eaten like that?
It's great every time. It's great. It's great. And in the Ranger vehicle, you can take photos as well, and you get money for it. It's a really fun game. I'm liking everything they're doing with it.
love
It's actually
those-
made me really excited for 2 to come out.
Yeah, I've always gone
You
on
should
about
buy
this.
game from the
I've gone
start.
on about this for a while, and no one. It's one of those ones that no one else seems to. They always seem to like hearing you talk about it, but never actually jumping in and playing it.
Yeah.
It's so worth it.
Yeah, I highly recommend. I got it on the Steam sale this past week, and it was like $15 maybe.
Oh,
And
per
yeah,
dollar.
it's great fun, honestly. Just because it's got missions and story progression, you feel like you're really progressing compared to some people who would get lost in Planet Zoo's like place a tree here.
look at that! And there's always one guy that just stops, crouches down, and covers his head.
Yeah, it's
Death's
great.
getting eaten.
It's great.
Can
I've had situations where a T-Rex or whatever will get out and there'll be a big, like, everyone will run around and escape and everything. And I'll trank the T-Rex, put it back in the enclosure. The enclosure's all fixed and everything. T-Rex wakes up and it's like, warning, there's something wrong. I'm like, oh God, someone's in danger. What's going on? Look, some idiots run into the open T-Rex enclosure and then I fixed it. Didn't realize there was a person in there. And I'm just like, well, that dude's dead. That's
Yeah,
natural
at that
selection,
point,
buddy.
I'm sorry, you made that choice.
Yeah, but it's
Dickhead.
really fun. Really fun.
Okay, so questions. Can you make the dinosaurs fight each other and bet on the winner?
You can't bet on the winner, but you can put 2 dinosaurs in a pen together and they will 100% fight.
So Triceratops and T-Rex going at it?
Oh, yeah.
Who wins?
It depends. Because you can modify their DNA to make one really tough and the other not as tough. You can give them different abilities and stuff.
Michael
It's
Ceratops
really
wins.
fun.
That's
Really
who wins.
Triceratops.
And second question, can you put lasers on them and then ride them and fight the alien Rulon?
No, but I've heard from an unreliable source that that will be in 2.
Excellent. Was it Jeff Goldblum?
100%. He
Look
was
at
high
this.
as a fucking kite.
Let the dinosaur go. You're going to die, army man. Clever girl. Anyway,
The girl.
so I had a bit of time to dabble into a couple of games over the past amount of
Time.
reality. And I have been playing. Oh, just that's my notes. Oh, so there's a big Switch sale that has just ended, or at least was going on a little bit, and managed to get Bomberman R, Super Bomberman R, for $6 on the Switch.
Never played it, but I hear it's good.
Yeah, Bomberman's Bomberman. Like, run around, boom, 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 boom. It was a launch game, and I, from memory, didn't get too good reviews. But
Yeah.
for $6, it was like 90% off or something.
I remember people going nuts over it when it first got launched.
Yeah, like $6, it's worth it.
Didn't have a huge choice.
No. But no, it was fun. There is DLC, so you earn in-game tokens, and you can get skins for your Bomberman.
Yeah, right.
And 2 skins came up, and I automatically bought one of them.
One of them
And
was
those-
Clarice Starling.
No, close though. One of them was Big Boss, and the other was Solid Snake.
What?
Yep.
How random.
So you can play a Solid Snake Bomberman or a Big Boss Bomberman.
I tell you what, my only memory of Bomberman was being a little kid and having Bomberman, I think on the PS1 or something, and just not grasping the concept of it at all.
I had the Game Boy version, and I played it, I reckon, for months on end. It was just so good.
Yeah,
So good.
it wasn't until I was maybe 16 and saw it again, I went, oh, that game's actually nowhere near as hard as I thought it was.
Actually, brings back a memory of when King Kaiju and I were in Japan. We went into a video game bar. So like these little bars that you go to upstairs. It's like no bigger than this studio, and it's just got a guy behind the bar serving alcohol, and he's just got retro games everywhere. So we're there, and I think there was a Swedish guy and his partner were there.
Yeah.
And we were playing Bomberman on... Don't laugh at that, Braden. We were playing Bomberman on the big screen, just on the Wii. And he asked, we asked if he wanted to jump in. So we're playing Bomberman for a while, and we're just whooping him. Like, it's me and King Kaiju. We've been playing these games since we were 15. We were just whooping him. And he goes, oh, let's play another game. And we went, oh, okay. And he goes, oh, how about that one? We'll play Street Fighter. It was Super Street Fighter 2. And we went, oh, yeah, okay, sure. So we booted it up. He chose Guile, and I chose Ryu.
I would choose Guile.
I wiped the floor with him.
Oh,
completely, almost double flawless.
This dude had a bad day.
And he just said to us after, he goes, God damn it. He said, I was just telling my girlfriend that I was really good at this game and I was going to beat you. And you just wiped the floor with me.
Oh, man, you were the worst wingman ever.
Oh, man. He even had a big girlfriend at the beginning of that night.
Then she was with me. And we played Bomberman. It was great.
Yeah. Have you tried the multiplayer of this?
Not on this version.
Because Bagoogly Dude's saying that the multiplayer is amazing.
Yeah.
But apparently AI is a bit broken in the single player.
AI is dumb as hell.
See, to me, that's not broken. That's great.
Yeah, well, you put it on baby mode because that's what I do because I have limited times for games now. You put it on baby mode and have a good time, and then if you enjoy it, you up the difficulty.
Oh no! Once I finish it, I'm on to the next thing.
That's done.
Yep.
I've also been grinding Fortnite because the level 100 skin this season is Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. And I really want to run around Fortnite as Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty.
I think I'm the only person. I'm not a big I'm not a Rick and Morty fan at all. I've tried a couple of times to watch it. Can't get into it. Mm-hmm. But for the longest time, I thought Morty was the old man and Rick was the young guy.
That's fair enough.
And because it's an old man name, no one names their kid Morty. You only get that name once you hit
it was originally
60.
Based off Justin Roiland wrote as a joke. He made an animated cartoon in his style and voiced it, and it was called Doc and Marty.
That's right.
Back to the Future 4, and he made a cartoon, and it was basically Doc trying to convince Marty to suck his dick. And he just put it up and just wanted to see how long before he got hit with a cease and desist.
How long was it?
That was 5 minutes or something.
But then he made a best-selling cartoon show, so...
Yep, just based off it.
Yep.
So that's where the Morty comes from.
Right.
It's a throwback to the Marty, and Rick was Doc.
Still can't get into it.
Yeah.
I like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, well, the latest one was pretty good.
I've been hearing good things about the most recent one.
You should watch the latest one. The latest one was pretty good.
I'm 40, so that's okay.
I haven't had a chance to play it yet on the Switch, but out now is Sky, Children of Light from that game company. You might know them from the people who made Journey.
Yes.
This is
very Journey-like.
Well, it's the same beings, it's the same creatures, just a little bit more evolved. This is free on the Switch, free to play. Has missions that you obviously buy and pay for. But it was great on the mobile, and I've been holding out waiting for it to come to console, and it's here now. You can download it for free right now and start playing this wonderful game.
Cool, I'd do that.
So I'll be doing that in the next couple of weeks, I think. And lastly, the game that I got to play, I booted up my Xbox and went on Game Pass to see what was there. And there was a little game called Nier Automata that I remember a former co-host raving about.
Loved it.
So I played the first level. Really fun game. Real fun. I really like the shmup, like your little robot shooting while you're going around and
Yeah, is it just does he just follow you?
Yeah.
He,
yeah.
she, it, them, they.
Well, they're robots, so. But yeah, it's a fun game. I really like the clashing of genres. Storyline is what it is. It's the first level.
Was that like an activated finishing move?
Yeah. Well,
I'm a fan of those. God of War does them good.
Yep. But yeah, real fun game. Enjoyed it up until I finished the first level, defeated the first boss, and then the game hadn't finished downloading. So I just sort of sat there going, oh, if you turn it off, because you can sort of partly download it and start
Right.
playing it.
Yeah.
Don't get trapped by that.
And then it was sitting there. It was taking too long to download, and I went, "Oh, screw this! I'll quit out." And they said, "Oh, if you quit now, you have to do the level again." So, whatever. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I like the change of perspectives. It goes to third person. It goes to side scroller. Yeah, fun time. So if you got Game Pass, give it a go. There's some real killer games on Game Pass at the moment, by the way.
Xbox, Games Pass. Do good stuff.
Incidentally, Phil Spencer was unlocked the IGN Xbox podcast the other week, and he finally explained how Game Pass makes them money.
Well, good, because I've never been able to understand.
No, and I'll probably get this wrong, but go and listen to the IGN Unlocked Game podcast if you want to find out how it actually sounds, not some guy regurgitating information he heard a couple of days ago. But basically, they measure success on if more companies want to put their games on there. So, for example, they know the fact that they've got all the Yakuza games suggests that it is successful, suggests that the company's getting something out of it. So they pay for third-party games, not their first-party games. Third-party games, they pay a fee, and it's on there for a agreed amount of time, and those games are also for sale. So the idea being, it's like you go in, you play it. If people don't finish it, which, let's face it, not a lot of people would, when it comes off, they've still got their save there. Oh, I really feel like playing that, but it's not on Game Pass anymore. I'll buy it.
So it's a try before you buy thing.
Kind of, yeah, but you can also finish it, of course.
I've always wondered how how the companies that put their games on there made money from it.
Well, basically, yeah, Xbox cover that period of time. They pay for it. So Xbox just investing more and more and more in the consumer, I think.
Yeah.
Being a lot more consumer friendly, certainly more than Nintendo is lately. But
Or ever was.
I read something today and I haven't looked into it, so I wasn't going to put it in the news. But apparently, in the latest update, Nintendo has Google Analytics activated in their Switch, and you have to physically go in there and turn Google Analytics off.
I did see this. There's people are posting little guides as to how to go into the settings and turn it off.
Yep.
But people are very pissed because they haven't told anyone about this. This is just something people have found out.
What's a Google Analytic?
So Google Analytics tracks your data so they can target ads towards you. So Nintendo's taking a whole big chunk of money, and they're selling your data that they're getting from the Switch to Google.
I don't mind if they do that as long as I get some of that money.
You won't get any of that money. In fact, you'll have to pay Nintendo for the privilege of using their systems and all their...
Get off my lawn.
Just Nintendo, ever since Iwata passed away, has just been not... Yeah, look who's saying that. Yeah, Nintendo, what the... You mother... Anyway, let's go on to a happier place.
The guy with a Nintendo tattoo on his butt.
I'm very excited to see your thoughts on this, Ben.
Oh, what? This next news item?
Yeah.
Well, let's get right into it. Announced today, was rumoured before. I had to get up this morning and change my news story because it was just a rumour up until I woke up this morning. Ghost of Iki. That's right, a standalone expansion to last year's highly popular and my game of the year, Ghost of Tsushima, and it is releasing on August 20.
Is it actually Iki? I thought it was Ikishima or something.
No, Iki.
Iki.
The island of Iki. So it's a director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima with expanded DLC. You can explore Iki Island in different surroundings with new enemies and, most importantly, monkeys.
Yes.
That's right. Instead of little foxes coming around, you got little monkey boys. There's new mini games, new techniques, new armor. The PlayStation 5 version uses the haptic feedback a lot more than it did in the PS5 upgrade. As we can see on the screen here, it finally fixes my one little quibble I had with it, which was the Japanese lip sync. They've lip synced all of the cutscenes now, so if you choose Japanese like I did, it all matches up. Not that it really matters that much because you're reading as opposed to watching that. Anyway, it's not that big a deal, but I appreciate the fact they listened to people and changed that. But look at this now.
That looks amazing.
It looks gorgeous.
How different is it from the upgrade if you put the PS4 one in?
I'm
saying
not
that this
too sure.
is a built for PS5 one?
No, because it's on PS4 as well. But they are the director's cut is it's not just an upgrade or an upgrade. It is, I think, I don't know. I've got to read into it more.
They've so basically they've implemented like the controller stuff.
Yes,
That's kind of the only difference. I did play Ghost of Tsushima on my PS5 just with the it's the PS4 version, but it's upgraded to the PS5 version. And it's freaking stunning.
I actually think I will specifically buy the new. I won't just get the upgrade. I will buy the PS5 version.
Yeah.
The saves do carry over, by the way.
Ooh.
So I will be able to start up my... Because I didn't finish it, because I got into
Yeah.
Link mode and just started going around the island doing all the mini quests.
It's why I was curious to see your thoughts on it, because I was like, I wonder if this is going to be exactly what you needed to get back in.
I had planned on getting back in, because I wanted to... I wanted to stream it, basically. But I think now I'm just going to go in and this looks
If you
wonderful.
own the PS4 version, does it cost? What does it cost you to get the upgrade or the PS5 version?
Okay, so I've got it here. All this money is in US dollars, so it's a little bit more expensive for us Australian people. So if you own it on the PS5, the DLC, the expansion, Iki Island, is $30 US.
So like 45.
Yeah, ish. If you have it on the PS4, or if you're playing it on the PS4, it's 20. And if you upgrade to PS5, it's 10.
Oh, okay.
So, a lot of people are disappointed that you actually have to pay for it, but this is like a whole other area with they've added new things to it, and they've gone back and fixed things like the lips. Like a fair amount of work's gone into this.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
isn't
I'm okay with paying for
This
that.
isn't just an upres to target good things on PS5. It's actually implementing new elements
New
to
content.
it,
It kind
and
of-
entirely new content.
Reminds me of the Miles Morales sort of
Yeah.
mini DLC, and it might only be a 3-hour campaign, but it's fun. I mean, let's not forget they had that multiplayer come in that was all based on the mythical stuff. So once I finish the game, we should probably look into doing those raids, because I hear that's a lot of fun as well. But yeah, who Braden, you platinumed Ghost of Tsushima?
Did Platinum, was very, very fun. I very much enjoyed it.
There's new trophies in it as well.
I will be going back to Ghost of Tsushima with the
Look at this
upgraded
game.
version.
Look at it.
Yeah, I'll go back and play it. I never finished it, so it's one of those ones that I started was like, this is amazing, and then something else came out, and I moved on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get
with
into
all
it.
intentions to go back, but
It's a real big game.
I know
Yeah.
that's
Map
one of
is-
the things.
You need to limit yourself with going and doing about everything on the map.
Yep.
It's a lot.
Yep. As I said, I was just doing Legend of Zelda, just going around exploring.
Yeah.
My favorite part so far, and this was a while back, is when you have to follow a guy who's going after the fatal wind strike,
Yes.
and you're getting all these clues and find him on top of this mountain, and then you duel this samurai, and there's a lightning storm going in the background, and it's this epic thing. Like they're
Fire
standing there,
everywhere.
and lightning strikes halfway through your fight, and the ground catches on fire, and you're fighting through that. And then there was another one where you go to a shrine, and a lady's protecting it, and you're fighting in like this rose field. Well, not roses, but flower field. And like, as you swing,
The duels
amazing.
are so good.
It is a
Game
wonderful
Boy
game.
Dad said his platinum took 60 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it very much became a game where like I was purely immersed. I was so into it and everything, and then I was like, I'm gonna listen to a podcast or watch some YouTube while I do all the side stuff, collectible stuff, and actually pay attention when it's story stuff.
I can't. The
Yeah.
music's just so wonderful.
The music is beautiful.
And the atmosphere is brilliant. We are
Nice.
robots in the chat. Good old custom control people, friends of the show. We are robots. Have said I played maybe 20 hours before I stopped playing. Never even made it off the first island
I've heard so many people say that.
because it's
So
big.
many. Yeah.
What you?
You and Dan did that.
Yeah, but I mean, I always intended to go back.
huge. When I accidentally zoomed out on the map and realized that it
I remember
was
you talking
more
about
than
that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but what a wonderful game.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I
Love it.
yeah,
I can't
I-
wait to see what Sucker Punch do next.
Well, now that I've got I've got a brand new TV now as well, which is 4K compatible.
you're gonna cream, my dude.
Yeah, I know.
Whipped cream. ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
right. A little cherry on top. Some sprinkles. Some ASMR for you.
Such a gross sound.
Speaking of gross sounds, Konami.
Ooh.
Konami has announced a digital. Have announced a an intent
Partnership?
My notes. Yep. Konami, one of the world's largest games publishers, and Bloober Team have signed a strategic cooperation agreement. It will include developing selected contents and exchanging know-how. So, Team Bloober or Bloober Team are responsible for the Blair Witch and the Medium.
I'm convinced that's not their actual name, but someone said it by mistake and they went, fuck it, just keep it.
No, it is. It's a Bloober is from Mario Brothers. It's the squid.
Is it really?
Yeah, they're called Bloobers.
Shit name.
Blue balls.
Anyway, reading from the press release, quote, "We have been providing unique entertainment content and ways to enjoy it through the use of information technology. In the digital entertainment industry, significant changes in the business environment are expected in the future. We look forward to combining Bloober teams and our respective characteristics and strengths to create high-quality contents." That is from Hideki Hayakawa, Representative Director of Konami. Rumors are that Bloober Team is going to be making a Silent Hill game.
More Silent Hill.
More Silent Hill.
Rumors.
There's going to be another Silent Hill game as well, which is rumored to be a VR game, based very much on the Resident Evil type.
Get fucked.
Wow. As in, don't want that, or you still having PTSD of...
PTSD style.
Okay, cool.
No, I'd love Silent Hill games. VR? Nope. Poop everywhere.
Well, I mean, you look at the medium. We can see it on Screen Hill now. We can see it on screen now.
This looks great.
I can really see a Silent Hill game being made like this. Or at
Yeah,
least,
absolutely.
You know, they've shown they've got the chops. Braden, I know you played the medium.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Spoopy as hell. No, I did actually watch. I watched a couple minutes of I watched a couple minutes of. I think it was Alana Pierce. I think I watched her play the medium a little bit.
Right.
And when she was being chased by the big monster, who's like voiced by Troy Baker, but he's doing this really weird shit to his throat to make his voice sound terrifying.
It'd be really weird for Alana. That's her co-host.
It was very strange, and she was like, "This is a little. Troy needs to calm down because he's very much like, I want to wear your skin," and she's like, "Nah, not on. I'm going to talk about it with him on the podcast."
Yeah, right.
What about if he just like busted in the middle of a conversation on air into that
just being
voice?
like, "Hey, how you doing?"
That'd be
It's like,
great.
"What?"
I want to wear your skin.
The creature design from the medium is gross as hell, so I can see them doing something like Silent Hills. The thought of it gives me all sorts of willies, and I don't like it. Just my imagination is already killing me. So
There is
Killing him with willies.
I hope Dan enjoys it.
now. Neither of you have played Resident Evil 2, have you? Resident Evil 8.
No.
Are you going to?
Probably not. Like, I've never been a huge fan of the RE games, so...
There is a creature in one area. So
Is it a spoiler?
there's boss. Yeah, it is a bit of a spoiler.
Maybe...
Okay, I have a guess. Is it in the second area?
Yes.
I'm going to
Because
guess, is it going to give Braden willies?
It already has.
It's
Because-
giving Braden willies, everyone. You heard it here first.
Gave me the willies.
Fun fact from the dead, Dan McGuinness, we were at work, there was no one in the shop, he was like, "Oh man,
Just eating all the willies.
someone shared a teaser of one of the other monsters from Resident Evil 8, and he played the YouTube video and walked away because he didn't want to get it spoiled for him.
And left you on your
He
own.
made me watch it because he wanted to see my reaction. And it was horrifying.
So 2 of my staff members had gotten ahead of me in the game and were just waiting for me to get to this point.
So two of
that
your
I could-
staff members got ahead and Braden got willies. I feel like I'm missing out. Sorry.
I don't know what to tell you. Get good, mate. And
You can stop
and-
crying like a baby now.
But yeah, scary games, creatures, designs. I'm all done. Not in VR. Fuck off.
And rumors, of course, that Metal Gear will be outsourced, but that is quite far away. I think they should leave Metal Gear alone, personally.
Unless they remake the first one.
Leave Metal Gear
They already did.
alone.
No, I
Twin
mean like
Snakes, and it's great.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I would love to see the same drastic jump between an older one and a remake, like the RE2 and RE3 remakes, like that big a difference.
Yeah.
I'd play the shit out of that.
No, I don't know. Speaking of shit, this isn't. This is quite good, actually. This is pretty cool. Sony has acquired new studios. They announced, I think, yesterday that they have acquired Housemarque, who did Returnal, possibly Game of the Year. We can see on the screen now their announcement little GIF. However,
They fucked up.
we should stop swearing.
It's a sweary night tonight.
When Japan,
Sorry, kids.
When Sony Japan announced it and put up this graphic that we can see on the screen, they accidentally put up this graphic first.
Uh-oh.
It says, welcome to the family. And instead of Marquee Studios, it says Blue Point Games.
That's a different company.
That's a different company that has been rumored to be acquired by Sony. Whoops. And it quickly got deleted. And they went, what? No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like the Bearstein Bears.
When I first saw this, I thought it said horse marquee. I'm like, a marquee for your horse?
Bring back horse racing games. I want to shoot a horse.
Come on, Farlap.
Horse marquee. Anyway, I thought that was quite good. But that's great that they finally grabbed those two studios. I mean, they've pretty much been, Sony exclusive for quite a time.
Now, I'm going to say, like...
What comes in and out there, Braden?
It's Demon Souls remaster.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
Look at it. Look at it. It just pops in. It's just like...
What... So people that work on these things, right, are professionals. Mm-hmm. Do this stuff every day.
Yep, Japan as well. Japan and their attention to detail.
How much do you think this is not a mistake?
Oh, no, it's a mistake.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, surely, how many people had to go
What have they got
through
to go
that?
Someone definitely got fired.
100% someone got fired for this. And that's sad, but...
But congratulations, they got a job at Blue Point.
It's the guy that put the Demon Souls on there. He got fired. That's why it's gone.
And also, Sony has also acquired PC porting dev Nixes. They've ported Crystal Dynamics games like Rise of the Tomb Raider to PC, which suggests to me that we're going to see some more PlayStation games on PC.
What do you think we're going to get? What do you reckon would
well,
come?
There was heavily rumored Ghost of Tsushima was headed over there, wasn't it?
Have the Uncharted's come to it?
That checks out.
I'm not sure,
remember.
but that'd be a good...
That'd be a good one to throw up first, because they can just throw up all of them.
Well, I know Horizon went across.
Yeah.
Horizon's already been out
Death
there. What
Stranding.
else? Death Stranding went. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How can I forget Death Stranding?
Spider-Man.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe.
Cool things.
Do you know what Spider-Man doesn't have to worry about? He doesn't
Peeing
have
in
to
his
worry
suit.
about willies. And also indies, which rhymes with willies. Maybe?
It doesn't. No?
Sometimes?
No.
In a haiku?
This is a stretch.
That's what she said.
It's not even a stretch.
So anyway, indies have been criticizing Sony over their discount policies, poor communication, and blah, blah, blah. This is from GameBizIndustry.biz. Neo Doctrine co-founder Ian Garner posted on Twitter a thread about Platform X. Platform X. So we don't know what platform he's talking about, which he did not name but identified as, quote, the operator of a very successful console and does not have Game Pass.
Bloody Nintendo.
No, someone said that. No, someone said, I'd be shocked if this wasn't Nintendo. And he replied, be shocked. So in the thread,
Super subtle.
in the thread, what NDA? In the thread, Garner criticised not just the lack of promotion it gave indie developers and publishers for their titles, but the choices it made that minimise their ability to move the needle of their own. Quote, wish lists have no effect, so all your personal marketing means nothing to Platform X, Garner said. All that matters is their evaluation. How is this evaluation done? Don't know. They don't share that, nor will they share the value they ascribe to my game. I messed that up a bit, sorry. Also from GameIndustry.biz, Garner also criticised a lack of clarity on how a company is supposed to get an account manager, which is a prerequisite for submitting trailers and blog posts and everything onto their system. An inability to control launch discounts, an invite-only policy to participate in sales, and a $25,000 minimum spend to have a game featured on the storefront.
I would just like to agree with We Are Robots in the chat and say, man, Atari are arseholes.
It's on their, what the hell's their thing called again?
The VCS.
VCS.
Yeah, it's on that thing.
Well, that's why they're not selling anything, because no one has one. Because it doesn't exist. Garner went on saying, in conclusion, Platform X is super successful and awesome hardware, but their backend and process is straight out of the early aughts. I have no idea how to succeed on this platform, and they won't tell me. Even if I do succeed, they may screw me anyway.
Willies.
Platform X is our worst performing platform. Last month, we made more on Google AdMob. I don't even know what AdMob is. Braden?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Young person.
Let me Google it.
Okay. Then other devs came in. What am I trying to say? I don't know.
Chipped in?
Shut up, Ben. Idiot. Ragnar Tornquist, which is possibly the second coolest game we've heard this episode.
Name even.
Name.
Update.
Yep.
Google AdMob is literally just a mobile advertising company.
Wow. And
As
they
in-
made more than the Sony.
As in, like, they made more money from, like, in-app ads?
Wow.
Maybe? Like, that's rough.
That is bad, especially if you forked out $25K to actually be in there. So Ragnar Tornquist retweeted Garner's original post and says, quote, "This thread mirrors our experiences exactly. We're a pretty established developer with a proven track record, but I honestly have no idea who to even contact to make console sales happen. It's like trying to be heard in a vacuum of space." And then Hypnospace Outlaw developer Jay Tholen went ahead and named names, saying, "Yeah, PlayStation sucks for indie devs. We've sold
What is
like
with everyone-
trash on there compared to other big consoles. Also, we make more sales on itch alone than we do on PlayStation, I'm pretty
Brayden,
sure."
what's itch?
Okay, so itch.io is actually it's actually like a online, you can sell your games on there, but you can also just put them out for free. People do it a lot for like early access games and stuff. It's a cool little website. Heaps of like tiny creators. Really fun little community.
Also, Jay Tholen? What is it with 80s action heroes' names tonight?
I don't know, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm down with this guy's going to be like a cartoon
Yeah.
from the 80s.
Probably
You can tell Itch is good because Townsy's all about Itch.
Yeah, our local resident indie dev, Michael Towns, beautiful man. Do you know who else is a beautiful man?
This guy.
No.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, what? He is. He's a very lovely chap.
He's
Guardians of the
taste in music.
Galaxy from Square Enix have announced a cool new little function, which I am really, really digging. Guardians of the Galaxy will employ a toggle that will allow streamers and content creators to turn off licensed music that may get them copyright strikes.
This is great.
How amazing is that?
They
What forethought?
It's great because so they have that, and when they actually did the stream, they did their Square Enix, whatever the shit they called it, and they
I think
had-
that was called a major disappointment.
they
Come
had
on, demonetize us against Square Enix, you
the
jerks.
Guardians of the Galaxy show with some other stuff. No, so they did two separate streams. So they did a main stream, and then they also did a DMCA stream where streamers could watch it and react to what was going on without getting copyright strikes. That's super thoughtful of them.
Yeah, I really think it's great because,
Yeah.
like, non-content creators may not realize how tricky the tightrope is getting around sort of licensed products, especially when you're streaming.
I'm not allowed to sing,
I know, because you're so pitch perfect.
and I like to do it a lot. It's really hard. Anyone that knows me outside of here knows I'm always singing.
So some of the music we'll hear, they spoke on this decision. I didn't get her last name, but last name's Demal. Said, quote, "Once we, in our story, decided that Peter Quill was kidnapped in the 80s, a child of the 80s, and stuck in the 80s, we knew we had to get great songs of the 80s.
Yes.
We did a great job." Okay.
Own it. Own it.
We have
That's
more
sick.
than 30 licensed songs, everything from Iron Maiden to Rick Astley to Kiss to Wham to Blondie.
Every time I hear something about this game, I'm more excited for it.
Yo, that's a great lineup.
It really is. Can you imagine the money they've dropped to get those licenses?
They've
Man.
also going to rickroll us.
They
Yeah,
are going to
of course they
rickroll you. Or what if it's a weird B-side? Some
Ooh.
random ass Rick Astley track?
The music will feature when you are walking around the Milano, but also show up during special segments of combat, which is what I'm really looking forward
Oh, I
to.
cannot
Just hearing
wait.
some 80s tracks
It's
come in.
the like special
I need a
moves that you
hero.
take in, and then it cuts into some like heavy Iron Maiden. Be lit.
Bit of
Yeah.
That's Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
but
it's great. I got it. Careful, we'll get demonetized.
I'm trying to pick what Kiss song I want in there because that's a weird. That's,
Tonight I'm going to
man.
rock you.
I want something weird like Strutter.
Psycho Surface. Circus.
you can't talk tonight.
Or ever.
Yeah.
I speak too fast. Like, I think too fast that my mouth can move, so I speak very fast and then I trip over my tongue.
Oh, hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
I love this. Like, this is such. You talk about consumer friendly. This is consumer friendly, but on a next level, because they're making it not just consumer friendly for you to purchase their game, but to then use their game for your advantages, to stream, to do those sorts of things.
Well, I think they've also realised the value in allowing... What is going on here?
I don't know, but I love it.
That's the special move that you do.
Oh, cool.
So you do that, blast your music, and then during this sequence where everyone's powered up, some music's playing.
I like the idea that developers are finally starting to realise how valuable streamers are and content creators are to their game for their advertising.
It's free advertising,
It's free advertising, which is why, of course, they send it to notable content creators.
We haven't got any yet, have we?
Square Enix, hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up, but don't demonetize us again.
Hey,
I
you
will
can hit
play
us up.
the
Ben
crap
played-
out of this for you.
Ben played the first 5 minutes of Nier Automata, so come on.
Yeah.
That's not even Square, is it?
No.
I actually liked
That's
your
Platinum,
presentation.
damn it.
I'll play it.
But the point I'm trying to make is that they're finally starting to take that into consideration and make life easier for them to be able to, do things that will make sure that their product is seen in a favourable light. Because people aren't going to play it if they're going to get DMC strikes.
I am 100% voting with my wallet on supporting this being a single-player game with no online service crap.
Oh,
And I will be buying this straight away because I want to support that.
me too. I like the state that this has reached.
I'm going to skip the next one, Braden, because there's no substantial evidence. But we're going to go straight into something that there is substantial evidence. And that is the Control multiplayer announced. So Remedy, the creator of Control and Alan Wake, has announced a new multiplayer-focused Control spin-off with the working title Project Condor.
Weird
Which
80s
is being
name.
developed for the PS5, Xbox Series X, PC, blah, blah, blah. The game will be a spin-off to the studio's latest IP, Control.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So it goes on to say, quote, Control is first and foremost a world, a place for multitudes of stories, events, and characters. A place where unexpected, strange, and extraordinary things occur. We kicked it off with Jesse's entry into the oldest house, but there is more to this world. Oh, so much more. He mentioned a new big-budget Control game that's currently being planned too. Last year, Remedy confirmed one of its new games will be connected to both Control and Alan Wake. Because wasn't there an Alan Wake Easter egg in Control? Which started all this a couple of months back?
I believe so.
I think
that
so.
sounds like something I remember Dan talking about.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about it somewhere.
Now, Control you can play on Game Pass at the moment. It's there. I believe it was also a PS Plus game
It was a couple of months ago.
And it has DLC now as well. Really fun game. I know Dan raved about it. I sat down and watched him play it before a show one time, and it looked really, really cool.
Yeah, the what do they call it? Particle effects in this thing, where everything has its own weight. Everything moves individually.
The physics engine.
Yeah, thank you. Words. Yeah, unreal.
Yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I'd be interested to see how they do expand the world, because it has a lot of mythology to it, or a lot of lore already, does it not?
You can do a lot of reading in this game.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. I would like to see where they go, and if it has anywhere near the popularity that Control had, some good things coming their way. Speaking of good things coming our way, that's what she
Willies.
said. It's time to talk about Game of the Year so far for 2021.
Woo!
So with E3 done and July upon us, it's time to look back at the games which we think have a chance of being the Game of the Year for our Year of the Lord Kojima 2021. So I've got the top 5 on Metacritic. So I'll start off at number 5, which is down the bottom there, Braden. Coming in at 89% on Metacritic is It Takes Two.
This is a digital-only game, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah. It's a 2-player.
I don't think I've ever played it, but
From the makers of
Way Out.
Brothers and
A Way Out.
Oh, yeah, yep.
yeah, I enjoyed A Way Out.
So do I need to read the description, or we're all good with It Takes Two? 2-player co-op.
It's a split screen co-op game. You
Couch
play
co-op game.
a couple who are divorcing, and then their child wishes for you to be. I don't know. It's weird, man. And you figure out your divorce stuff.
Yep. And you live happily ever after as claymation animatics. But
Alright.
yeah, I've heard everyone rave about it. Every reviewer that I've listened to, every review I've read, people have spoken very, very highly of it. Hence, it's 89 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Coming in at 90 Number 4, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for the PS5.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Then also at 90, which I don't know. See, I just took the top 5 games from Metacritic. I'm doing well. Top 5 games from Metacritic, irrelevant of whether they were remakes or upgrades or whatever. So the next one after Tony Hawk, also with a 90 on Metacritic, is Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
I'd say it's earned it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just
No
a remake,
buts about it.
No, well, that got cancelled, didn't it?
buts.
Then coming in with a 97,
This is unreal. I haven't played this. But
Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. So it's basically a really good game, tweaked to be even better.
yeah.
Then 98 is that classic game that we've all played and we all love, The House of Fata Morgana, Dreams of the Revenants Edition.
Just saying. Never heard of it.
Okay, well, I've got the description here because I've also never heard of this 98% game.
Yeah.
A gothic suspense tale set in a cursed mansion. The House in Fata Morgana is a full-length visual novel spanning nearly a millennium that deals in tragedy, human narrative, and insanity. This version includes blah, 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 3 games. It's a visual novel, and it's got a 98.
That's weird.
A 90 is the highest ranking Metacritic game for 2021 so far.
There
Braden?
you go.
Okay.
Is it like...
Gamers are weird, man.
Has it got like...
It's got options. You can choose to say nothing or say good morning.
I'm going to go with...
It's got, anime girls.
That's the one I'm going for. Is it that, and is it explicit, and is that why it's got so well?
I would doubt it. I've not looked into it. I've just seen the footage that we got on the screen now, which you can see too over at youtube.com/hackthedino.
If you're watching or if you're listening to the podcast, there are words appearing on the screen. It's implied that you're reading the words and following the plot.
It's essentially like the press conference for the Ace Attorney game
Yeah, Ace Attorney.
from E3.
Yeah.
Just watch words appear on a screen.
So I've got a couple of games here that have been very well reviewed and liked by members of the Dino team.
Us.
And I just thought I'd tell you where they are currently lying in Metacritic. We'll start off with Ratchet and Clank with an 88% on Metacritic is at 13. Returnal with a 30 is with 86, at 32. And Resident Evil Village is at 45 with 84% on Metacritic.
That is weird.
But oh no, a visual novel's the best game to come out this year so far. So away with this, I thought it was time that your fine, humble hosts put together their own top 5 list of the 2021 Game of the Year so far. So I've got a couple here. Obviously, we've got Resident Evil Village, Returnal, Ratchet and Clank. Some other games that have scored very, very highly. Hitman 3, Bowser's Fury, Rip Apart, of course, Returnal, Resident Evil 2, and It Takes Two. So what do we think at number 5? Braden?
I think Ratchet and Clank should be higher. What would go in at number 5?
What
God,
do you
what's
think at
come
number
out
5?
This week? This year?
Honestly,
when did it cut off? What was the date? Because it was the end of
I
last
need
year.
to look.
But
I need to look at what's come out.
what do you mean when the cutoff?
for Game of the Year. What? Because it was actually at the end of last year.
It depends who you go for. So we're going by Hack the Dino rules. It has to be January 1st, 2021.
When did Tony Hawk come?
Well, see, that's the thing. It was like,
Oh, yeah,
That was
that's
like
a
September last
remaster.
year.
yeah, but if there's an upgraded version,
Oh, so
that
we're
released
only
this
going
year,
this year?
yeah, we're only going for whole complete games that have released this year. That's
Okay.
our rules. So if it was me putting in number 5, I'd actually put Bowser's Fury.
I was going to say Bowser's Fury, but I'd probably put it at 4.
I'm comfortable with that then.
Yeah, you got this, Braden. You gonna type them in?
I'm
Yeah.
bringing,
You're busy. I'll type it in.
I'm bringing up the footage
Okay.
so that people know what we're
Teamwork.
talking about.
Yeah, Bowser's Fury is great.
So the game it came with, I've forgotten it already because I'm typing and can't do two things at once.
Super Mario World 3D.
Thank you. Game wasn't the best.
What are you talking about? It was fantastic.
Yeah, well, again, I played it with my daughter, so I didn't have the best time.
That I feel like that's not the game's fault. That could be your parenting.
But it wasn't as fluid as a Mario game is. Whereas Bowser's Fury, that was a Mario game. It was just
It was
really
great.
small.
As a package, that whole thing was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I really loved Bowser's Fury. I thought it was great. I thought the visuals were stunning. Using the engine of what they had to turn it into a game like this, wonderful. And yeah, I think number 5, that's a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
What do we think for number 4? So let's go through a couple of games. We've got Hitman 3, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, Resident Evil Village, It Takes Two.
I haven't played it myself, but Hitman 3 was real fun to watch people play. Like, the level design that they come up with for all the stuff they added, like, it's really good, really good.
Yeah? Floppy, what do you think? You played Hitman 3 at all?
I played a little bit. Now, I didn't dig it as much as I did the older Hitmans, so I probably wouldn't put it in the top 5.
Okay, interesting. Well, I haven't played it at all, so maybe we'll just leave that out for now.
That sounds like we're leaving it out.
And we'll see where it lies at the end. Okay, another number 4. We've got, again, It Takes Two, Returnal, Resident Evil Village, Ratchet and Clank. I reckon let's go with number 1. So that way we've got the two mediums.
Resident Evil.
So you're saying Resident Evil?
Yeah, hands down, it's the best game I've enjoyed so far this year.
Okay, Braden?
I say Ratchet and Clank personally, but I can understand if we put Resident Evil at the top.
See, well, this is where I'm confused. So Ratchet and Clank, I think, is a wonderful game. I've not played it yet. So I can't, see, this is the problem. I haven't played them. So I was kind of relying on you guys. Ratchet and Clank, I think, is visually, from what I've heard from people, is visually stunning. It's a great game. How many hours you put into it, Braden?
Oh, I mean, like, I think I finished the story, like, maybe... I mean, I sat down and played it, like, 3 or 4 nights. Mind you, they were very long gaming sessions. So maybe, like, in the, like, teens of, like, hours.
So it's not a huge...
It's not massive.
Development.
I mean, that's to... If you want to, like, blitz through it, that is also me, like, very quickly running around finding collectibles and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I'd say like mid to late teens for like the overall story.
All right, so let's say 20 hours.
Yeah.
Just a 20-hour game. The other one that I was thinking of for number 1 was Returnal. Because from what I've seen and what I've seen of people playing, this game not only looked spectacular, it was, I saw a quote today from Anthony Birch on Twitter just saying, Returnal's so hard, he's playing Dark Souls to have a break.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So for me, it comes down like Returnal, might be, again, I've heard from many people that it's their personal game of the year so far. But is it too hard? Like, game of the year, I think, for us, well, at least for me, it needs to be enjoyable. So that's why I'd put Ratchet and Clank up top. How long did Village take to finish?
I think it was 12 hours I spent. 12, 13 hours.
Okay, so
which for me was perfect. It was the perfect time.
All right, and
but I also could go back and keep going because once you've finished it, you get access to some stuff to play through the next time.
Okay, so have you played Returnal at all?
I touched on it, but not my jam.
Not your jam?
No.
And
not saying that it's a bad game, just not my jam because that whole Dark Souls type thing is...
Okay, so what about Ratchet and Clank then?
I would put Ratchet and Clank as my number 2.
Okay, so it's your number 2. Braden's number 1, obviously, but there's a little bit of biasy there.
Very biased.
Look, honestly, if I'm the deciding person, I'm going to say Ratchet and Clank at number 1.
I'm happy with that. Like, as long as Resi Evil and Ratchet Clank are like 1 and 2 in some order,
I think
I'm totally down with that.
I think that's what we're getting to.
So I was going to say, then number 2 would be Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Village.
Have either of you played Super Mario Golf Rush?
No, not yet.
Thing?
So I wanted to pick that up. I am very interested in it, very much like it.
I only got 73 in the Metacritic. I was very disappointed.
Heard that the single player is pretty rubbish.
Yeah.
I've heard it's very fun for multiplayer. I wouldn't be playing the multiplayer. I would be playing the single player. And hearing that the single player is a bit disappointing, I'm probably not going to pick it up now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking the same, actually. It's like the Mario Tennis was like a really good, almost JRPG in the single-player mode.
Yeah,
and people were pleasantly surprised by it. It's just Nintendo being Nintendo. You just never know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're always so hit and miss. Anyway, so number 3, I'm thinking Returnal.
Yeah, I think Returnal fits for 3.
I'm going to chuck one in there that I'm pretty sure no one else will agree with. I'm just waiting to go back to it because I had other things on the burn at the time. I was really digging Biomutant.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Like,
I was really digging
again, I haven't played it, so it's hard for me to... I need to play these games before the end of the year. It's getting ridiculous. Me going, I haven't played it, but... again, just going on reviews and footage and gameplay I've seen of others playing it, there are a lot more... not negatives, but a lot more criticisms of that game than of others that are on this list, and
True.
of the one that I'm going to suggest for number 4, which is It Takes Two.
I have no opinion of it. I haven't played it.
So again, neither have I. Gee. Hi, I have a game opinion show.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I like Fortnite.
I like reading news. All right, I like knowing. Leave me alone. I like games. I was going to say It Takes Two just because, like, above everything, Joseph Yusuf? Is that who it is? Joseph Yusuf?
I think so.
Before the game came out, he said, if you don't like this game, message me and I will personally give you $100. Like, that's how confident he was with this game.
I'm pretty sure I don't like it. And I like $100.
Everyone who I've read and have read reviews and watched play have loved this game, and they're saying that this is the game that proves that couch co-op isn't dead, that people still want couch co-ops.
Yeah.
And I'm pitching that as our number 4. Braden, what do you think?
I would agree with that. I've had this on my list of something to eventually get so that Michaela and I can play it together. Really test our relationship. But,
Mate, play Overcooked.
oh, no.
Oh, no, that'll end your relationship.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I want
no.
to test it. I don't want to end it.
So the fact that none of us have played it is why it's at 4.
Yeah.
I think.
I think that
had
checks
we
out.
played this and it is really,
Yeah.
really good, I can see it jumping up to 3 or 2.
What about things like Final Fantasy VII Intergrade?
Again, I didn't like Final Fantasy VII. I really didn't enjoy that demo when I played it. So, for
haven't
me,
played it.
no.
I haven't touched it.
I played a bunch of it and really enjoyed it.
Would you say you enjoyed
I haven't done
it
the
more?
Intergrade, though.
Yeah, okay, so...
I've only played the one that came out last year.
I haven't done it yet, but I do want to pick up, and I do really want to play through Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Yeah.
I like that would probably be on my list.
I mean, that's a remaster, and I don't
know,
think we
it's
should
a
include
remaster.
remasters because they're getting a leg up.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be new games. So I'm going to put in It Takes Two at number 4.
Gotta say, I've watched about 5 seconds of gameplay from Chivalry 2. Looks pretty funny.
All right, so our top 5 games for...
I totally think we
No?
should switch 4 and 5.
Okay.
Which
I think
one's
Bowser's
5?
Fury is just so much
Yeah,
fun.
no, yeah, I would swap
It's
that as
so
well.
much fun.
You want to swap them?
Yeah.
Because you guys have actually played it and really enjoyed it.
Yeah, like
and
I loved that game.
I feel like It Takes Two comes in with the people's vote.
The people's vote?
It's not the people's vote at all because the chat would completely disagree with us.
It's the lazy
But
vote.
It's the vote that we think we would really enjoy the most out of the bunch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll do that.
Because none of us play video games enough.
Nope, because we're too busy planning a show for your entertainment. See what we do for you people?
There's also-
Least you could do is tell 2 friends and subscribe to youtube.com/Hack The Dino.
Never
And also
misses a
leave
beat.
us a little... leave us a comment in the podcast app. Apple Podcasts, Spotify don't do it yet, but who cares? Tell your friends. Tell everyone. Just
Tell 2 friends.
2 friends. 3. Go 3. Do you have 3 friends? It's a challenge. Make
Oh.
3 friends. No, they have to prove it to us.
That's
they got
rude.
3. If they've got 3 friends, they'll tell them. And they'll
Of course.
prove it to
We
me.
know you have, because you're great people, and great people have friends.
Did Microsoft Flight Simulator come out this year?
No, but
Yes.
the PS5, the Xbox One's just come out with the xCloud, which they also announced stealthily. Oh, yeah, xCloud's out now, by the way, with Flight Sim. All right, so top 5 so far. Coming at number 5, It Takes Two. Number 4, Bowser's Fury. Number 3, Returnal. Number 2, Resident Evil Village. And number 1, Ratchet and Clank.
Get on it.
Get on it. Get on it.
Get it up, yeah.
Do you know what
If
else?
you have a PS5.
You need to get on and up. The fine sponsors that support this show.
Eye! There's little eyes! Ah! Oh my god, I love him! Why is it a hat? Not the doggos! I can't even read anymore. Ah! I can't even do it anymore! I have to finish this game. I have to finish this game.
Hi, we're back. I thought you were going to take the lead, but then I saw your finger point to me. I went, oh,
Because
okay,
I'd completely lost my train of thought. I went, go for it.
Hey, Floppy, do you know who I love?
Probably the same people that I love, which are our beautiful Patreons.
Yeah, they're great.
They are great. Would you like to say thank you to them? Shall we say thank you to them?
I think Braden can say thank you to them.
Thank you, Patreons. Do you want me to shout out a wonderful shout out tier?
Maybe, or maybe Floppy should go through the tiers for people who want to be a Patreon.
First of all, would you like to be a Patreon? Would you like to support us and help us create this show for you?
Where
You know
can
what,
they
Floppy?
go?
I think I would. How do I do that?
Oh, let me tell you.
Do you go to hackthedino.com where the Patreon link is there?
You do.
So go to hackthedino.com and
Where
find the
there's-
Patreon link.
There's
and
a
press the
link
button.
tree.
Oh, what?
He remembered!
I feel like it's something from a Zelda game because I love that guy. But a
Girl.
link. You mean Zelda's not the green guy?
hackthedino.com.
You can go there and become a beautiful Patreon as well. And then you can help us with monies that goes towards improving our show for your viewing pleasures. Things like microphones, things
Yep.
like cool stuff like this. You know, we feed Braden sometimes.
Not often.
We don't.
Well, you know, we give him food, but I steal it when your back's
I've
turned.
been telling everyone that we feed him. Shit.
me.
You can jump on our private.
You can jump on our private Discord.
Jesus.
Well, that is the worst. We're going to get flagged for that.
Yes, we are.
Just for like cultural
Appropriation.
No, not even that. Just disrespect.
Just disrespect.
Cultural disrespect because you just did like 8 accents in one sentence. With
David
like 3
Tennant
different
just
dialects.
shat a brick.
No, I just got from that episode where Billy Piper tries to do a Scottish accent,
yep.
and he just does, no, don't do that.
No, the entirety of the UK is now on its way to behead you. You can join our private Hack the Dino
A private Discord.
Fuck's sake. Come on in there. We're in there. We have chats where you can share
Well,
things.
Two of us are.
Two
and
of us
Braden
have.
sometimes
One of
turns
us
up.
has a lot of chats. One of us has some chaps.
Chips.
Yeah, like arseless chaps. We share things that you can collections. Oh, now I've lost it.
You were doing so well.
I was
were.
doing so well.
It's almost like some arsehole just keeps trying to throw you off for his
yeah.
own amusement.
It's true. You can donate the money. $2. $2.
$2.
You can get your name added to the list down here, so you can see all these beautiful people down here.
How good's that
They
guy?
donate at least $2 or more. And they
Brilliant.
get their name down there because
Awesome.
they're cool.
Wonderful.
$10, which is 2 of those hands, because my other hand's holding up a tablet. 2 of those hands, $10. You could get your name read out as a big thank you, like these guys. These cool guys like Dat Beard, Karen Knight, Dylan the Villain, Sam Beard, Triple Indy, Mike Towns, Ash Knight, Game Boy Dad.
Oh, Game Boy Dad got some stank on that.
Hey, he's a cool guy. Stank, isn't that bad?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm over 40. I don't have to know. Get off my lawn. $15 a month gets you access to our post show. You can come on after the show and we'll just talk shit with you.
It's great. We're going to do Dino more after this show as well. Maybe we'll do a 2-in-1. So if you're a Patreon and you're in the live chat right now, you should check out the
around.
Discord afterwards because we might invite you in for a live Dino more.
No, we will.
Will we?
will. There's not a
Braden, what are we doing?
It's not a gamble.
The people who are allowed to be there are going to be there.
Correct.
Okay.
Or if you want to go top tier, $25 a month, and you have a video or an advert that is advertising something that you do, like Game Boy games, we will show that for you. We'll air it through here for all of our millions of viewers.
Yep. Millions.
Millions of
The
viewers.
millions of viewers who then quickly delete their view because they don't want to be seen as being too cool.
I have also told you guys to stop shoving screens at like anthills.
It is. I get it because there's millions of ants.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Patreons. You're the best.
Braden, that was awful.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great.
Hey, do you guys remember? Speaking of patrons, and we had we've got a little thing going on with some of our Patreons. Not a thing going on with some of our Patreons, but a fantasy critic.
Oh, yeah. Dylan the Villain is absolutely slaughtering everyone, and I
is.
think it's pretty much over.
Now we also had a thing going with E3, and whoever won E3.
Whoever won E3 got to. This was our own, the Hack the Dino one.
This
the
is our
official
Hack the Dino one.
Hack the Dino one. So it's Floppy, Braden, and I, and we just between us three that I won last year, by the way. I won the Hack the Dino League.
He did.
So not the Patreon one. We got a separate one for the Patreons. We'll give an update on that in the Dino More. But our personal Hack the Dino one. And then we put a little wager down for the winner of E3, which I've never won an E3 contest before, but we put a little bit of odds on there. And it was basically whoever won E3, whoever guessed the most announcements correct, would then be able to, at their leisure, take a title from somewhere else and put it into theirs.
On that,
yeah,
I am not disputing that you get to take a title.
Good,
However,
the rules.
At your leisure, I call bullshit.
What do you mean?
This needs to be done. It needs to be done now. This is not a wait for scores to appear. That is too easy. And you don't want to win easy. You want to earn it.
I'm not above winning easy.
Okay.
I will take the easy option.
I am above you winning easy. I think you should be made to pick your title that you're taking.
Put your case forward, and I'll put my case forward.
I believe it is not fair. You've already won an advantage. I think it is too much of an advantage to wait until scores are out and then pick.
I have a point to add here. Oh man, did you see that the Bulls won the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put $1,000 bet on them.
That right there.
Well,
You can't,
That's not getting an advantage. That's cheating.
But there's no guarantee that they're going to win. So what does it matter?
But when you get to pick and choose who's gonna win,
Well, yeah, but it's just the playoffs. It doesn't mean that they're generally going to win straight away. It means they've got an opportunity to win.
No, you're watching whoever's won the finals.
You said playoffs. You didn't say finals.
Okay, basketball nerd, get off my ass. Represent.
Hey, just saying.
Where's your Nirvana top, right?
Not in the playoffs, mate.
Not in the playoffs at all. But Bulls have been shit for a while. We're very young.
Since the 90s.
We had a little stint in the 2000s. It wasn't too bad.
No, you didn't.
Then we lost all of them.
Back to me!
Yeah, no.
Make your pick now.
So, seeing who wins and then going, oh yeah, I'll pop a bet on that. It's like, nah, mate, they already won. You don't get to choose who from seeing who wins.
Well, why not?
You won the privilege to be able to pick a game now that you may have missed out on earlier.
Yeah.
By someone else picking it first.
And so the rule is that you get to take one from someone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they still keep theirs?
No,
on their team?
okay.
We had to discuss this.
Do they have to drop it?
Do they drop it, or do they still get it, but you get it as an extra?
You get it as a point, or do they have
I
to
feel
drop
like
the
you
game?
getting it as an extra is
No, not
enough.
as an extra. No. It needs to be bastardry at its best. It needs to be taken out. Those points need to be ripped away. So
I can hear Ben's nails clawing at the walls.
like the way it needs to be cancelled. So you would get your points. Let's say you get all right, Mario Golf for
10
example
points.
was, and I picked it anyways. They got 74, so that would be 4 points. So if Braden and I are 1 and 2, and I'm number 2, and Braden's winning by 2 points, I want to take that Mario Golf from him and put it on mine, which will take away his lead and boot it up Diano, and then boot it up. So that's my idea.
Okay.
So you want whatever you steal, they lose.
Yes.
So.
But it's got to be done now.
Okay. Yeah. But
Why is that? No, it should be at the end.
We'll keep it in their list so we can see what the points are, because yours is full. You can't fit any more in here. So this is an extra one on top. We'll keep it in theirs, but it won't count to their total in the end.
My argument
This
is
checks
that it
out.
should be done now because you've already got an advantage now.
Do it right now,
But to be able to do it later
Ben, choose
is
one right
too
now.
much of an advantage. Do it now.
5
Pick.
seconds.
Check.
5, 4,
4,
3,
3, 2.
2.
All right.
What?
All right. But only because when we were picking it, I took a massive bet, and I have been haunted by it ever since. And every time I look at that list, I go, "That's going to cost me so much." If you can scroll down to mine.
We're looking at yours first.
So if you look at our Fantasy Critic, the whole idea behind Fantasy Critic is that you pick games and they're giving you points, and if they score above 70 on not Metacritic but whatever it is,
Open Critic, I think.
yeah, Open Critic,
Something
yeah,
like
that's it. You get points. So I chose for my 2 counter picks Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake, which isn't being released this year, so 0, so that's safe.
One of my picks.
Good safe bet.
Then I chose, and even when I was choosing this,
Oh,
I
you're going to
chose
choose a counter.
Deathloop.
Ooh, good. That's smart.
I chose Deathloop because I didn't think it was going to be released this year. It's getting released in less than a month.
Okay,
Wait,
so this is
really?
smart because you're not going to steal points from someone else.
So,
you're going to
yeah.
stop yourself from losing points.
I think I'm going to take Deathloop just to zero it out
Okay.
and negate that bad decision that I feel that I've made.
So which of us has Deathloop?
I think Brayden has it.
Okay, so you negate any negative points that you get. You
Yep,
You-
but you
you-
don't get those points.
I don't get whatever points Deathloop gets.
Correct.
Okay.
So Deathloop is taken out.
Deathloop is out of the
But,
running.
so we'll keep it there so we can see what the score is. Oh wait, well no, it might
No.
remove your counter pick if it takes out of mine. So
So
we'll
what?
remember.
It'll what?
It might remove it out of your counter pick if I remove it out of there, won't it?
I don't think
I
so.
say you have to leave it there, but we'll just have to adjust the scores at the end. To
No,
suit.
part of the winning can be that I have to leave it there and it still doesn't count, so I just lose a slot.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yes, yes.
So I can't buy up another. Like I've got 2 spots left. I
Mind
can't.
you, there's
I can't
nothing
free
really
up a
coming
3rd
out.
spot.
Can we just scroll down to mine and have a look at how many games are not bloody coming out?
Oh my god, Floppy, what are you doing?
Like those are solid picks.
Yeah,
I
look
mean,
at Biomutant
yeah.
losing you -3
that
points.
one's not really. But
Those were solid picks for the most part.
Turismo 7 and Motorsport. Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember your Motorsport talk.
Hey, Floppy.
Yes, mate.
Deals!
I forgot we don't have an intro for it anymore.
No.
Deals. All right. Let's look at some deals. I'll open up my tablet again and talk about it while I do it because that saves me time.
So I could have just said this is our section that we're bringing back from the dead, where Floppy scours the stores of all the gaming platforms and finds you, our humble viewer, the best deals that you can currently get.
I'm going to find you some mad deals. All right.
Mad
we're gonna start
deals,
on
y'all.
the Switch. On the Switch. First one on the Switch. Now, this is a game that I don't know, but
Cool. Good
hell,
recommendation.
it was a good deal, and I'm going to check it out. It is called AER Memories of Old.
This looks cool,
It
actually.
is normally $30. It's down to $3.
Yeah, right.
Look how beautiful this is. For $3, I'm going to check out this game.
That's worth
Look
a
at that.
punt.
Is that $27 off?
Yeah.
What a deal!
It is 10%.
Sorry, Braden, what is it?
What a deal!
What a deal!
Look at that. She turned into a condor.
Oh,
I like this aesthetic.
Yeah, so I saw this and I was like, $3 and it looks this cool. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out. So, yeah, AER Memories of Old, $30 down to $3
What
on
does
the Switch.
AER stand for?
I'm not 100% sure. I
All
did look at it
Eagles
before.
rapping.
Yes.
ah!
Next one on Switch is a game that I do own. I own it on the PS5, I think, but I own it. It's called Spirit of the North, where you play a fox, and it's very much like Journey. You're sort of just going through. There's not heaps that you have to do. You run around, you find... It's like a puzzle area, so you're going to get from A to B, but you'll find shaman, who you kind of revive by finding their staffs, and it gives you a spirit animal, and they can sort of show you where to go. It's just a very beautiful game.
Right.
Very
And I think
chilled,
it'll
very
look
relaxed.
best on the Switch.
Yep, it was $31.50, like half price down to $15.75. Totally worth it. $15.
What is it on the PlayStation Store? Because usually they have
I'm not sure.
spanning deals. Maybe check it out on the PlayStation Store as well if you've got a PS5. Might look a
And the
little
last
bit
one
prettier.
on Switch, which is a game that I played on the PS4. I loved it. I finished it. It is called Trüberbrook.
Trublebrook.
Trüberbrook. This is
Oh,
this is
yeah,
like
you pronouncing them umlauts, bruh. Good work.
Trüberbrook. This is like an homage to the old point-and-click adventure games. So the cool thing about this is they built all of the backgrounds in scale models and then digitally overlaid everything over them, so they look
cool.
freaking beautiful.
That's cool.
You play a physicist who's on holiday in, I can't remember what country you're in. It was like Germany or Europe somewhere. And it is one of those games where you have to, go to the room to find the cat food, to go to the lake to make the cat jump out of the tree, which drops a thing, which
what was
gets you a
that?
key. And then there is time travel as well.
Oh, wow.
This thing is unreal. Now, this is normally $45, $13.50. Everyone should get this. It is great.
I
If
might
you
crack this one
ever
open.
played one of the old point-and-click at Sierra adventure games, imagine that, but looking like this.
Yeah, that's a pretty game.
Yeah.
It is
I'm
so
here for
pretty.
that.
It is
That's really
great.
cool.
Yeah, jump on it. Over on the PlayStation Plus, so just quickly on PlayStation Plus, it's coming if you're a subscriber. A Plague Tale Innocence on the PS5, your
Good
PS5
game.
version.
Good game.
Yeah, do you like getting
60
chased by
FPS.
rats?
Yeah.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
on it. 60 FPS. This is gonna look beautiful. Look at that. Oh god,
Oh,
so good,
not
so
beautiful.
gross, so gross. Also, PS4 Call of Duty Black Ops 4. It's a Call of Duty game.
Shrug.
Yep.
Oh, wait. I gotta play the start of the trailer, though.
Yeah.
Mudman.
Mudman. Whoa. If it bleeds, you can kill it. And the other one, which I've just picked up, but I haven't played yet, WWE Battlegrounds. I bought this, actually, before this got announced. Damn it. It is like...
Why did you buy this?
NBA Jam with wrestling. That's why I bought it. And it was very cheap. It looks like so much dumb. It actually looks less glitchy than WWE 2K21 or whatever.
You're
Those
not
character
wrong.
models look awful.
They look better than the last WWE 2K game.
It does run better.
I mean,
But yeah, it's NBA Jam for wrestling.
they haven't made a good wrestling game since No Mercy.
I'm
on the
sorry, did you
Nintendo
not hear me say
64.
NBA Jam for wrestling? That should
I like
sell it.
both those things, just not this
Excellent.
game.
But then scouring the store, I found some wicked deals. First of all, if you haven't played it, you need to anyway. But The Witcher 3. Now, this is not the Game of the Year edition, so it doesn't have the 600 hours of DLC content, just the 300 hours of the base game. Normally $47, $10 or $9.59.
It's probably worth it.
It is totally worth it, man. That is such a in-depth, well-built game.
That's a lot of hours a game
It is
for not much money.
Yeah, that is great value for money.
Good game too.
Go kill some monsters and woo some peeps. Another game, which is a game that I finished on the PS4, Black Sad.
I like the way you just slide that in. I finished that, everyone.
Well, yeah, because that's my thing this year is I'm finishing games.
Okay.
And we all know that it's a special thing if I finish a game. So that should tell you something. I played this. Once again, it's a very story, narrative-driven, choice-based game in this anthropomorphic world. It was broken on the Switch. It was good on the PS4, but has been patched to not be glitchy.
Did they ever fix it on the Switch, or is it still?
I don't
glitchy as
think
well?
so. I don't know. I think it was kind of a lost cause. I freaking love this game. This game made me go out and buy the graphic novel just to get more of the world.
Black Sad, available at Greenlight Comics. It's a crime noir thriller with a cat person, and it's a big hardcover. It's beautiful. It's originally Spanish. I highly recommend.
As do I. Normally $54.95 down to $13.73. Like, wicked bargain. The last one on the PlayStation is The Surge.
The Surge.
Now, I'm not usually like a Dark Souls kind of guy,
Yarr.
where you can go back and forth and things
this
are hard.
one.
This is one is mixed sci-fi elements with that fantasy Dark Souls style of gameplay, where you go to a planet as a worker and you have an exosuit bolted to your body and your face and everything. And the scene where you're getting fixed with this thing is horrific. But then you go out and you take on other people that have kind of got fucked up by getting these exosuits attached to them, and you upgrade yourself over and over and over. This is on special for $6.23.
So this is like a working cyberpunk.
Sure.
Did you
yeah.
see that this week they announced that, oh, yeah, we're pretty happy with where it's at right
Yeah,
now?
who announced that? The CEO.
They were,
Oh yeah, it's all fixed now, everyone.
I
Don't
think
worry about
they
it.
said
Right.
it was satisfactory.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's good.
Yeah.
It was
But
probably
yeah.
running as poorly as Satisfactory on a bad PC.
I tell you, as soon as it hits $20, I'm buying that puppy.
How
Same.
cool is this though?
This looks pretty rad.
This is rad, man. It did well enough that they made a sequel to it as well, but it was one of those sort of things that just flew under the radar. But really cool if you want some gritty Souls-like, but without the fantasy edge, you want sci-fi. Over on Xbox this week, for games with gold, is some crackers.
Crackers.
Yeah, because you get Conker. Conker.
It's not the
live-
original one though.
Live and loaded. Not the Conker's Bad Fur Day. Conker Live and Reloaded. So if you like yourself a little bit of Conker.
So what's the difference between Bad Fur Day and Live and Reloaded?
I haven't played Bad Fur Day, so I don't know.
Is this the scene from Terminator?
Yeah.
It looks like it, eh? And
If he crushes the skull, I'm waiting for
with
it.
his foot.
Come on.
There it
Come
is.
on.
Waiting. Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's so dumb.
So get on there, play some Conker. Original Xbox game, so it is going to be dated, but loads of fun.
Oh boy.
Excuse me. The next one is, I thought Ben might have some opinions on this one.
What's that?
Midway Arcade Origins.
Yeah. It's all right.
Now, I did write down some of the games included in the Midway Arcade Origins, token-based style games, and totally don't know where I wrote them down. They disappeared.
Good. Doesn't matter.
Cool. Next one was Rock of Ages 3, Make and Break.
Now
No idea
this
what it
game
is.
I love. No, Monty Python. What's the guy who used to do illustrations? Terry Gilliam
Yes.
in Monty Python. It's basically that as a game.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So
It's
I
amazing.
haven't played this, but I knew that you had mentioned this.
Yeah, I mentioned it. I haven't played 3. I've played 1 and 2. This game's great.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's hilarious.
Everyone get this if you got some time just to be dumb. It's hilarious. It's
at that.
legitimately hilarious. So if you're a big fan of Monty Python, problematic things aside, it was a different time. People weren't as nice back then. Yeah. Incidentally, the song Humpty Dumpty. Nowhere in that nursery rhyme does it mention that Humpty Dumpty's an egg.
Why is Humpty Dumpty always an egg?
Because they need to break it down to kids that people can die.
Whoa.
There you go. Mind blown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock of Ages 3. Get it.
Couple of things coming out to Games Pass this month. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I haven't played Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, but I'm probably going to because it's on Games Pass.
What the what? What is this?
You build a racing car and race it.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's where the Nuts and Bolts comes in.
Yep.
The other one that's coming to Games Pass, funny enough, as well as PlayStation Plus, was A Plague Tale Innocence.
Ha.
I didn't bother putting a video in for that one because we've already seen one. And last but not least, the highly sought after and waited for was the Microsoft Flight Sim.
Which
Coming out
I'm not sure if
July.
it works in Australia because we don't have xCloud.
Oh, I did not take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
How pretty is this, though? Like, I really want to check this out.
We are robots in the live chat's just asking if my what is the egg thing? Humpty Dumpty?
Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's
A political
I thought that
thing.
was a play school character. And I thought, oh no, it was a play school character.
Look at
anyway,
that.
he says, wasn't it a political thing, some King Humphrey or something? Yes, it was.
But there you go. That's deals for this week. My pick. If you're
Deals!
gonna buy 2, get Truberbrook and get the Surge.
Cool. Braden, I've just deleted one of our subjects because we're running a little bit long, but I do want to quickly touch on this one, the GB operator. Now, I stumbled across this morning while I was doing my little daily ritual of reading all the video game news and rumors so I can bring them to you, our lovely people, and the people over in our Discord. We've got a news and rumors channel over in our Discord, so go to hackthedino.com and click the Discord button to come in and join the fun and read all the news. So this is the GB operator. It's an adapter that allows you to play Game Boy cartridges on your PC. So we can see on the screen there, it's a little dock that you put your Game Boy Color, or your Game Boy Advanced cartridges in. And you can play it on your PC. You can stream it from your PC, the original cartridge games. Developer Epilogue builds the GB operator as a cartridge slot for your computer. The device acts as via the MGBA emulator and supports Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance cartridges. Since it's running via your PC, however, you'll have built-in controller and cheat support, as well as the ability to update your save files no matter which platform you're playing on.
Did I see a camera attached to that as well?
Yep, you can put in your Game Boy camera and take photos with it. With the Game Boy camera.
That's
and
crazy.
Bring them all over. You'll also be able to trigger specific limited time events in game. So if you missed out when the game was first available, you'll be able to get another chance. So for example, Pokemon games have limited time events that were only available on servers.
Yeah.
And you can only get certain Pokemon like Celebi and Pokemon Crystal. You can now get it again via this little dock.
That's pretty cool.
The system has built-in counterfeit detection, letting you know if the cartridge you've been looking after all these years is a legit cartridge or not. So the only way to tell before this was to take the back off and look at the serial number on the card and to check it out that way. But yeah, you put it in, this will automatically tell you because especially Game Boy Advance games, notorious for being just fake and pirated.
Really?
Pretty much any Pokemon Game Boy Advance game you've got, you need to check it because they were pirated to hell. And the legit ones go for big money at the moment. I think I sold Pokemon Emerald for $180, just the cartridge.
6-year-old me just cried so hard.
Are you going to get one?
I've already ordered one. I've already ordered one. So you need a physical cart to play it. So it may get around Nintendo being Nintendo. But, you know, it is Nintendo. So anything is possible. And as we have been told in the live chat, Michael Towns, Game Boy Games, who creates his own games, it is fully compatible with GB Studio, which is the program that Michael Towns uses in order to make his games. So you may have seen previously the Avcon game that Michael Towns made, starring me, and some other guys that I know They're in. Yeah, Braden's in it as well, sitting in the corner, hanging out with a couple of old guys. It was before Floppy was born, so he's not in it.
Says the oldest man in the show.
So you can make Game Boy games and put them onto a cart like that, or play them on your PC. I'm really excited because it means I'll be able to stream some of my older Pokemon games, maybe if I get some time one day. But yeah, I bought one straight away. We can see on the screen now it's $49 US, or if you want it shipped to Australia, it's currently $96 all inclusive. So I will have one of them on the way, and we will be discussing that further when it comes.
I don't like that it's clear.
I love it that it's clear. I love the fact I'm going to... Even if I don't use it, it's a cool little thing to have a game
very
cartridge.
Game Boy Advance.
It's great, isn't it?
With it being clear.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like, yeah. I would like it more if it was like kind of pinky purple.
Oh, it's great. Love
Translucent green.
it. Do you know what else is translucent green? Actually, it was translucent green.
And orange.
And orange, and purple, and
Red?
smoke grey. Yeah, there was a red and white one.
Yellow?
Ice blue. There was no yellow.
Would you be talking about a Nintendo 64?
Nintendo 64!
Nintendo 64!
And ladies and gentlemen, this year the Nintendo 64 turned 25. If you remember having the Nintendo 64, hi,
oh
you're
my God.
old.
What is that commercial?
This commercial we can see on screen here is the original Australian commercial for Super Smash Brothers.
Why have they all bum rushed Donkey Kong?
Because they're walking through a field and the turtles Happy Together is playing, and then they just turn and start beating the snot out of each other. It's great. It's one of the greatest commercials ever. But I have here some facts that you may not know about ye olde Nintendo 64. So I'll go first, Floppy, and we'll go backwards and forwards for a couple if you like.
Done.
So very first fact I have here to celebrate 25 years of the Nintendo 64. The final Nintendo 64 cartridge game ever made was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and was released in 2002. You know, part of me has thought, I'll never own like a full collection of a game console. What if I just got the very first game and the very last game that ever came out on that console? I reckon that'd be a cool thing to have in your collection.
What was the first one?
It would be one of the launch games, so like Mario 64 or Pilot Wings.
Would you get all of the launch games?
I don't know if I'd get all of them, but I don't know. It's something I'm still toying with. I've still got more holes to fill in my current
Pilot
collection.
Wings around.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Next one is when developers started working on it, they gave it the codename Project Reality. It was later named the Nintendo Ultra 64 in honor of several toys made in the 1960s, such as the Ultra Hand, although this name was shortened to just the Nintendo 64, as Konami held a trademark on the name Ultra Games.
So in Japan, a lot of things are called Ultra.
Ultraman!
Ultraman being one of them. And it
like
comes
Ultraman?
from... Yeah, I love Ultraman. It comes from... I
me.
can't remember when it was. I think it was back in the 60s. Japan had never performed well in the Winter Olympics. And then there was a very famous ice skater who performed a move, and she called it the Ultra something. And that move allowed her to win the gold medal for the first time in the Winter Olympics for Japan.
The Ultra Triple Head Kick.
Something
spin.
like that. But the Ultra became really, really famous, which is why they had the Ultra Hand that Nintendo released. It's why we have Ultraman. It's all as an homage back to this figure skater back in the 60s. I saw as well the other day that someone's got an Etsy shop where they're making up T-shirts, and one of them's got an Ultra 64 T-shirt. And I'm so tempted to get it. I remember when I was craving information about the then Nintendo 64, and we knew it as Project Reality, and then as the Ultra 64. In fact, one of my old NMS magazines I've got there, they've got a full write-up still calling it the Ultra 64. And oh man, I am just so nostalgic for it. I think I might actually wait till payday and get one of those shirts.
Yeah.
The Nintendo 64 was a groundbreaking console, being the first ever console to feature 3D graphics, and the Nintendo 64's controller was also the first controller to ever feature an analog stick.
And to break your hand.
So there you go. So Mario 64 was the very first 3D third-person adventure game. Ever. Very first one. So every 3D adventure game you've played, Ghost of Tsushima, Tomb Raider, all of those games, thanks to Mario
64.
So Nintendo does innovation very, very well. And if you've played a PlayStation or a PlayStation 2 or an Xbox and you've had fun with their little controllers using their little thumbsticks, again, Nintendo 64 was the very first one to come out with that. Nintendo 64, also the very first console to make you burn a hole in your hand after playing
Mario
that
Party.
goddamn Mario Party game going like this, and ruined a majority of Nintendo 64 controllers in the process.
How many people in the chat have replaced 64 analog sticks?
Game Boy Dad has made a living out of it.
Yeah. You know what else they did really, really well? colors and themes.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of different colors
I
and
should
themes.
have really got some of mine.
You should have. I think the most common one is the grey one. Am I correct?
Yeah, so that's
It'd be
the
the dark
stock
grey
standard one.
Stock standard. I've seen translucent orange. My son has a translucent orange one.
So that one there is the... there's one in Japan called the Daiso one. Not the Daiso one. Something else, not Daiso. But it's another company store. But yeah, Fire Orange it's called.
Yep.
A fantastic range. So they had...
There was the
that's about
teal.
$300 worth. It's worth now.
It was like a greeny teal.
So the green one was from Donkey Kong 64 pack-in.
Yep.
And the most valuable part about the Donkey Kong 64 pack-in is actually the silicon glove that goes over the Nintendo 64 controller.
Gross.
Because they're so brittle, they just kept falling apart. So if you can find one of them now, they go for big bucks.
There was, if I remember, there was 2 themed Pokemon ones. There was a blue and yellow and an orange and yellow. There was a PAL version one, and
which had just had stickers down the side, and that was blue and yellow.
Yep.
And then yes, there was 3 colors in Japan. There was a light blue, a dark blue, and a orange with Pikachu on the side and his cheeks.
Was it not embossed?
Yeah. No, embossed. It was actually built on.
Excuse me.
You're doing well today.
Oh, it's cold air.
There was a Pikachu that came over the top, and his foot was the reset button, and his little cheeks, his power sacks were the good old electricity meter.
And I mean, I personally have, I don't know, I've got a red controller, green controller, grey controller.
Yeah, well, there was also a translucent purple. There was also a gold one that came out for Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Toys R Us exclusive. There is, Japan had a Toon-Tone, a watermelon, and a nice blue. There's a whole heap of consoles. I've been really, really tempted to go back and try and collect some of them. I've got 6. They're getting really pricey now, so I'm not sure.
That's enough.
See, that's the problem with my collection. I'm at the point now where the things that I need to build on it, it's getting real expensive.
Yeah.
And just getting more and more expensive as the years go on.
Excellent.
Donkey Kong 64, speaking of that awful game, holds a unique title amongst all Nintendo 64 games, as it is the one with the longest amount of gameplay. Ooh. It also has the most amount of unique collectibles, with 3,821 available in the game.
No, please.
Did you ever play Donkey Kong 64?
No.
It was an awful game.
I played it, but I never sat down to try and play it through. I played it at a Fate's house.
When A-Game was here, when you had explosive diarrhea.
Correct.
Braden and A-Game went on a little memory vacation. With Donkey Kong 64. Braden?
Yo.
Donkey Kong 64.
Yo.
Tell us about your memories of that awful game.
Dude, changed.
Good. I only know the rap. But I also mainly know from more recently, there was an excellent video put up by someone I follow called Louis Zong, where he made, the YouTube, like the live stream things of like relaxed hip hop to chill/study to.
Yep.
They did that, but they made the Donkey Kong rap to relax/study to. And it's a bop. It's great. It's so chill. It's so much
Remember the show after A-Game was here, and we spoke about Donkey Kong 64, and then he made us listen to the Bohemian Rhapsody version of the rap. He made us listen to it. He's like, no, you have to hear this. You have to hear this.
I bet you wish you had explosive diarrhea.
I do recommend people go look it up because it is something else.
Okay, Floppy, what's our next fact?
Okay, at the end of World War II, South Korea banned Japanese cultural imports. So this meant that the Nintendo 64 was banned. But because of that, it was released by South Korean company Hyundai and was rebanded and called the Comboy 64.
Correct. So the Comboy 64 is... So there's 2 versions. There's one in China and there's... No, it's called the IQ. I haven't got any facts about the IQ. I'll talk about the IQ after this. But the Comboy is basically a Nintendo 64 as you normally see it, but the battery flap that you put to put the RAM in,
expansion,
that has Korean writing of Comboy on it, and that's it. And they are super rare to get, super hard to get anywhere outside of Korea. Of course, Korea not the easiest place to get into at the best of times. I think one of the retro game hunters I follow found one in a store and got really, really excited, but the owner said, "Oh no, that's mine. That's my personal collection." The IQ. Same deal, but within China. China didn't allow Japanese imports. So they had the IQ, which was a Nintendo 64, but it was just a controller. And it looked like this big UFO with 2 handles on it, and the games were on there, and you took out a memory card and loaded games on through kiosks. Yeah, I haven't got one. Again, really super expensive. I do have a DS, though, a DS SP that is an IQ. It's not branded Nintendo, it's branded IQ because it's from China.
Right. That's pretty cool.
And I managed to pick that up for super cheap because someone didn't know what it was, and me being the person that I am, didn't tell them.
Ooh.
I need it for my collection. It's up there.
Okay.
Right. When the Nintendo 64 first came out, it only had 2 games available to users across the world. So, for example, in Australia, we had Mario 64 and Pilot Wings. They were the only 2 games you could play.
That was it.
That was it. Pilot Wings, single-player game. Mario 64, a single-player game. But a friend of mine, I still remember it, we got his Nintendo 64 on launch day, bought 4 controllers. No reason. Just, he was a Nintendo fan.
He's prepared.
Yeah. In Japan, however, they got a third game called Seiko Hubble Shogi. It was a train game.
It was a what?
It was a train game.
I don't know. What? What did you do?
You were a conductor of a train and had to make sure the trains arrived on time and they departed on time and control it like Flight Sim, but for trains.
That sounds rubbo.
Well, it didn't come out here. So there you go. And this is one of my favourite bits of little bit of info floppy.
64 Double D.
This is a grail item for me. Do you know what a Double D is?
I feel like it's a trick question. Showcased at the 1999 Space World Today game show in Japan, but it was never released outside of Japan. So it's an expansion for...
There were a couple released outside of Japan.
Okay, as an expansion of the 64 Double... I love saying that. Double D. The Nintendo 64 also had an online service where players could download demos and compete online. Cost $25 a month. But like the 64 Double D, it never made it out of Japan, or not very often.
Yeah, well, there are very rare PAL versions. But the 64 Double D, we can see it on screen now, was an attachment that your 64 sat on, and it gave more space to the Nintendo 64 games. Majora's Mask, I think, was originally... Oh, no, sorry, Ocarina of Time was originally supposed to come out on the 64 Double D. Double D stands for disk drive. They are super expensive now. To get one over from Japan costs you about $3,000.
That's too much money.
Yeah, again, it's a grail item for mine. I would love one desperately. Not the first time Nintendo did something like that. Nintendo had the Satellaview for the Super Famicom over in Japan as well, which was very similar. They had a sequel to Chrono Trigger called Radical Dreamers on there, and also another Zelda game on there. Which was
there not some weird attachment for the GameCube as well that's underneath it?
Yeah, that's the Game Boy player, though. Yeah. There's one of them in there. They're not that rare. The discs are, though, in order to play Game Boy games on TV. Right, GoldenEye 007.
Woo, we all played this. Let's face it, this is the game that got everyone into Nintendo 64.
Was made by only 9 people who threw
ridiculous.
a multiplayer in at the last minute. So GoldenEye was, I think, well known for being the multiplayer game. I used to come home from high school with my friend and we'd sit there and we'd play it for hours, unlocking everything, trying to get perfect scores in 007 mode. It was great. Programmer Steve Ellis of GoldenEye 007 says, quote, "One of the things that always strikes me as crazy in retrospect is that until something like March or April of 1997, there wasn't a multiplayer mode at all.
That's crazy.
It hadn't even been started. It really was put in at the last minute, something you wouldn't dream of doing these days, and it was done without the knowledge or permission of management at Rare and Nintendo. The first they knew about it was when we showed it to them working. However, since the game was already late by that time, if we hadn't done it that way, it probably never would have happened."
Can you imagine what would a GoldenEye have been if you couldn't be Odd Job and just ducking everyone?
It would have been not the classic game that we all remember it to be. I played it a couple of months back with some friends.
It's hard. It's not great.
It's not an easy time. It's not a fun time. I used to be really good at it. Like, I used to be the type of person who knew all the spawn points. So I'd grab the remote mines and just put them all in the spawn points. So you die and go, respawn, respawn.
I hated people like you.
Yeah, and I wasn't even one of the good 007 players. It's ridiculous. But there's some facts for the Nintendo 64 celebrating its 25th anniversary. As I said at the start, just remember, if you had a Nintendo 64 when you were younger, you're an old person now.
Nintendo 64 is the first Nintendo console I played.
Really?
I'd never had a Nintendo, and I didn't meet anyone that had a Super Nintendo or an original Nintendo until after I met someone that had a 64.
Well, there you go. And if you have a Nintendo 64 at home that you don't want, give it to me.
Me,
No,
he's
you've already
got
one.
6.
I've got more than 6.
He,
1, 2, 3, 4,
okay,
5, 6,
make my
7,
case for me.
8. I've got 9.
There you go.
10. 10.
I got
Including
1,
Japanese ones.
2.
Got a Japanese one for $5. It was great. Fantastic. Japan. Got a Nintendo 64 for $5. Didn't have any of the cables or anything. Not a problem. Didn't have a memory pack. Oh, that's a problem. Went into a store. They had a box Donkey Kong 64 in there for $20. And guess what that came with?
Memory pack. 'Cause
Memory
I've
pack.
got the box in Donkey Kong 64. No memory pack.
Oh.
Can't play it.
Hey, do you know who does have memories?
Cats?
No.
Oh.
Kojima. Because he frequently dives into the memory realm and pulls out all these little things out of the psyche of the hive mind and creates them and soothes them and sculpts them and makes the game we want to play.
Pretty sure
and
you're going to get a
live.
restraining order from Kojima one day.
No, he loves it. He's a great man. Anyway, it's time
Jeff
for...
Keighley does the exact same thing, so and he hangs out with him.
That's right. And I'm younger and prettier than Jeff Keighley, so... time for our Abandoned and Silent Hill update.
Oh boy, here we go.
So here we go. You may
Again.
remember last episode there was a big furor over whether Kojima was secretly behind Blue Box Games and whether Hassan, who is the man of Blue Box Games, was actually a paid actor and it was all Kojima and he was making Silent Hills, and the internet went on a massive tangent, finding all these little clues like Blue Box Games handle is BB Games, and that means it was tied to Death Stranding, so it's clearly Kojima.
Oh, I love those
Good one,
stretches.
internet. Anyway, I've done some research. I've looked into it, and I just want to make these points. People will read anything to anything, and Kojima's not behind Blue Box Games or Abandoned. Full stop. End of story. So I do have a little theory. I went back and looked at the games that Hassan, Kuraraman, I think his last name is. I can't remember exactly. Went back and looked at his games. So he's released a handful of mobile games
Yep.
and a couple of console games. They weren't finished, and they were basically there as an asset flip.
Okay.
So he makes this game. He makes sort of like the assets in it for people to basically, oh, this game isn't finished. We'll buy the rights off you so we can have those assets and use them in our game.
Sure.
And that's how some of these companies make these games. There's a quick cash flow. So my theory is Hassan, being a Kojima fan or, you know, wanting to be a little bit cheeky, put a couple of PT and Silent Hill references in there. I think he's either created or grabbed a couple of assets and made a walking trailer, which is what we saw. And it was never going to be anything more than basically an asset flip, you know, get some money off it. However, people saw this and went, oh, what if it's Kojima? Because Kojima's done this twice before. Two times, Kojima. 2 times you have pretended to be someone else. There was Metal Gear Solid 5, where he pretended to be the unknown gamer or whatever his name is. It was an amalgamation of Hideo Kojima, and he came out wrapped in bandages. And then with PT as well, he developed another studio and then revealed it was him. So he's done it twice. So I can understand people sort of jumping to that conclusion. But I think it was an asset flip that has gotten way out of hand. People picked up on the little homages that Hassan has put in this trailer as a nod to Kojima and a nod to those things, and is just blown way out of proportion. They've since announced that the app and the trailer for Abandoned won't be until August. Yeah, it's not Kojima, everyone. But something that will provide even more kudos to this theory, besides the fact we reported that Bloober Team is most likely doing a Silent Hill game. Jeff Grubb, very well-known internet sleuth, has basically come out. His sources have told him that he and Kojima have signed a letter of agreement to work together. So Xbox and Kojima are pretty much basically happening. Both sides are interested to work with each other. There's no indication of whether Microsoft will invest in Kojima Productions. The project is reportedly cloud-based, and the deal is unlikely to fall apart. We're also hearing rumors that perhaps it is an episodic horror game, which is why PlayStation passed on it.
Forza Motorsport 7, episodic horror game in a dystopian future. That's it. It's going to be that.
Because Telltale did so well.
So in conclusion, I'm sorry we are robots. Kojima isn't behind Abandoned. It's not happening. I was talking to Alex from We Are Robots on Twitter,
Yeah.
and he was asking people about it, and I replied on one of his polls saying, no, it's not. And he just sent back a GIF saying, you started this!
Yeah.
Do you know what else I start? A little game I like to call Braydan versus the World. We really need intros back.
Yeah, so I can put the glasses on
I
without
have
looking
an
like
intro
a
for
douchebag.
this. You ready?
Yeah.
It's not working.
I thought you were just going to do it yourself. Then like...
There we go.
Oh, wait, it's someone else. Sorry. Okay.
Oh.
If this is the first time you've listened or watched us here at Hack the Dino,
How'd you make it this far?
well done. We have a little game called Braydan versus the World, where Braydan, representing Braydan, takes on Floppy, who represents the world. I have 4 songs here, of which I will play an amount of that song. Then it is up to Braydan and Floppy to go backwards and forwards 5 times each, asking questions which will help them identify where that song is from. Which game does it appear? From the past, present, or future? As of last round, we had the world on 18 and Braydan on 18. So we're all tied up halfway through the year. It's all very exciting. We can't wait to get into the second half of Braydan versus the world. Braydan, are you ready?
I am ready.
Floppy, are you ready?
Never, but okay.
Okay, great. Here we go. Here's song number 1. Okay.
Okay.
lyrics.
Question number 1, Braydan.
I am gonna ask, what? Actually, no. I'm gonna ask a weird question. Is this a tie-in game?
No.
Okay.
Floppy. Question number 1.
Have we spoke about it on this show?
Yes.
Son of a gun, we talked about a lot of games.
There was a lot of games this episode.
Hang on. Clarification.
Okay.
He's pulling some cheeky bullshit.
Have we talked about...
Would I do that?
Is it...
Would
okay.
I do that?
No, so when you say have we spoken it, has it been a feature or has it been mentioned? Like, what do you mean?
Would it have appeared in the show run?
No.
Okay.
That's probably a
Ooh.
better question, actually.
Yeah, that is a better
That's,
question.
yeah. Question number 2, Brayden.
Oh boy, so now we got to think back to all our random ass references to
Oh,
all the random
fuck, I
crap.
just talked shit.
Good god. Okay. What console was it on?
This one was on both Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Question number 2.
What type of game was it?
This was a third-person adventure stealth type game.
Third-person adventure stealth that we may or may not have mentioned this ep.
Question number 3, Brayden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you like? What do you play as?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you play as?
Do you mean like what is your character?
Yeah.
A naked man. Floppy.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't a game. That was just
Floppy.
a naked man.
A naked man. Question number 3.
Appeared on the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Wait. No. Take that back. I take that back.
Okay.
It's not a naked man. It's a poisonous man.
Okay.
Ah.
I was. Yeah.
Okay. Oh crap. And it was definitely PS4 and Xbox One.
Correct.
Yeah.
And did we? I don't remember us mentioning it.
Did we mention it on this episode?
I did,
Okay.
because I made sure I did, because I knew you were going to ask
you
that question.
Cheeky bastard.
I
There
always
we go.
find a way to slip it in. That's
Fair
what she
enough.
said. He said. Yeah, whatever.
Either way. Okay. Is
Floppy?
it Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain?
It is Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain.
I don't remember you mentioning that at all.
I
That must
said
have
it.
been a real subtle one.
It was very subtle, but I
And-
went, oh, here's a chance for me to...
So glad you clarified the Venom and not the naked.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
I was sitting there thinking like, is he really? Is it? I thought Naked Snake was a different one. Yeah. Oh man, that and all those characters with all different same names.
When did
Oh,
you mention
boy.
that?
See, I was going to say he's an animal, I thought,
He's
oh,
an-
that's probably
nah, that would have thrown me
Yeah.
way too much.
Okay, here we go.
I just thought you were talking about me.
Song number 2. I should mention some of these songs start off very quiet.
Sure, so not talk over him.
Well, okay. I guess I'll just turn it off then. Michael Townsend in the chat has spent money to let me know that venom isn't poison, and he's very much correct.
Venom ain't poison.
They're
I
two
like the
very
way
different
he has
things.
spent money to highlight that in the Twitch chat. Okay, question number 1, Brayden.
and we are robots noses, straight off the cuff. Damn. Okay. What genre of game is this one?
Again, a third-person adventure game, puzzle game.
Puzzle game.
Adventure puzzle game, yeah.
Which console did it appear on?
This one appeared on the Xbox 360.
Oh, my most known console. Okay. If there are bad guys you fight in it, what are the bad guys?
Lots of different sort of like cutesy type. You know what I mean? Like those cutesy. It's not Banjo, but that sort of look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cutesy animal type things.
Not where I was going.
All right, Floppy. Question number 2.
What is your main weapon?
Some gun type.
Okay. What is the main character?
Can you clarify?
What is the main character? What are you?
What are you?
Like for me, you would say they are a human.
You're an anthropomorphic animal.
Okay.
Floppy?
Jeez, Floppy, I thought your neck snapped.
Question number 3.
What style was the artwork?
Cutesy.
Shit.
Question number 4.
Would you? I'm gonna use this as my question. Would you describe it more Disney-like or more DreamWorks-like?
Ooh, DreamWorks.
Okay, so not as good, but fun,
Fun, you know, give
Fun.
them a chance.
but not visually
Yeah,
pleasing.
if you got a spare bucks.
Do you know this, Braden?
Although
No,
Kung Fu
no.
Panda 3 was beautiful.
Kung Fu Panda, man,
Oof.
it's good shit.
Okay, Floppy, question number 4.
I think I need a clue.
A clue.
Can I have a clue, please?
Okay, yeah, sure. This is a re-release of a game that came out prior to this. Braden, question number 5.
What did the box art look like?
Might need to change the
It
question.
had a lot of characters on it,
Okay.
not appearing in the game with the main character. Floppy, question number 5.
Have I talked about a game that had the same character in it tonight?
I can't remember, so ask another one. I can't remember.
Is it a sequel?
No.
Oh, can I rephrase that, sorry?
Yes.
Is it part of a game series? Might be the first one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right, Braden. Free guess.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something very strange. And based on the things we've asked, ignoring the sound, I was thinking maybe something like a Viva Pinata or something, but I don't think it's that.
No.
No. I'm gonna go with. Shit. What's the name of it?
I like the way you just said, I was thinking it was this.
But yeah,
But I said no.
I
oh,
was-
yeah, well, that wasn't my guess.
No, I'm okay,
I
'cause
was just thinking that.
I'm
just
okay
think
with
out
that,
loud, you know.
because-
I was
ticking
thinking
off
it-
boxes
I was
for me,
thinking
mate.
it throughout.
I
the
was also
answers,
thinking
and then
it
I was like, oh,
was-
I
wait,
was
no,
possibly thinking of one of these
the
47
music
things.
was nothing like that. So then I went, no, maybe not that. Is it Conker's? Shit, what's it called? Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes, it is. Is from the rare replay version.
So when I said, have I mentioned a game that has the same character in it?
You did mention that.
You did, and I went because I haven't played. Like, obviously, Conker's in it, but I couldn't be sure because I've never actually seen the game. And so when you asked the series, I went yes.
Yeah. That's
Okay, because I knew it until you said that.
Oh my god.
Well, I'd figured
It's
it out
through you.
until you
It's
said that, and I
through
went,
you.
man, it's not Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh my god.
All right, here we go.
But was this Rare Replay?
I think it was the rare. Well,
So Rare Replay was Xbox One as well, not 360.
really?
Yep.
Oh shit! Oh well.
And
I
it had a
know
whole bunch
nothing
of
about
people
Xbox.
lined up in like a snake on the front cover.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, you bastard!
So, the world's on 19. Braden's on 19. Here we go. Song number 3.
Fucking
Great.
Hack the Dino.
Braden, question number 1.
Okay. Let's start narrowing this bad boy down. What console is this on?
The Nintendo Entertainment System.
Shit.
Did this game have a really awesome reveal?
Huh?
Like the way it was revealed to the public, was it different to normal?
No.
Okay.
Question number 2, Braden.
Is it in line with the main part of the series, or is it a weird spin-off?
In line.
Okay.
Floppy. Question number 2.
Would you say it was the third appearance of a specific character?
No.
Okay.
Braden, question number 3.
If I'm getting weirdly specific with my questions tonight. If there were new power-ups in it, what would be one of them?
How do you define new?
Like, if
Never seen before.
If it hadn't appeared in another game.
The power-ups in this game haven't appeared in the previous title that these characters appeared.
Okay.
Floppy, question number 3.
Is this game a sequel?
Technically, yes. Technically. Question number 4, Braden.
Do I just guess?
Question. Yes. Question number 5, Floppy.
Oh shit.
Are you going to ask it, Braden, or are you going to...
Nah, I'm accepting my failure on that one.
Okay,
That
cool.
was-
Floppy?
Was this a region-specific game?
No.
Okay.
Question number 5, Braden.
No, okay. Is it Super Mario Bros?
Yes.
No, just flat out.
Flat out. So
just a-
I was going to be...
Basic one.
Because usually I've used that song, I think, 3 times previously, and it's
Yeah.
always been like Mario All-Stars, or it's
Weird
been...
shit,
I thought,
yeah.
no, you know what? I'm going to go straight up. And it's technically a sequel because Mario
Mario
Brothers,
appeared
Mario Brothers. Yeah.
and they didn't have any power-ups there,
Mm.
like the flower or anything like that. There we go. Old
Damn.
Ben being a bit of a bastard again.
Classic Ben Bus.
Okay.
Did you like my question about the review to see if it was Super Mario Brothers 3?
Oh, I don't remember the reveal for Super Mario
It was
Brothers
in
3.
the movie The Wiz.
Was that the reveal?
Wizard.
I remember that, but was that part of the whole...
That's
So I
how
remember
it was
seeing the
revealed
wizard.
to the world. Was
Huh.
through that film.
Well, there you go.
Unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
All right, here we go. So this next one starts off kind of quiet, so listen really, really carefully. Okay, so I'll press play. It'll come in any minute. Question number 1, Braden.
Okay, is this gonna be some cheeky bullshit where it's actually appeared in some other game prior? I'm gonna ask a clarifying question and maybe lose it. What? What? Okay, just what console was it released on? Because I have another game in mind that it might be, but I don't know if they got the license to the song for the game.
I can't answer that question.
Because you don't know?
Is that your question?
No, it's still Braden's question.
Okay, then I'm not answering that. I'm just saying that I can't answer that question.
Okay.
So Braden can choose another one.
Oh, okay. Does it star popular characters from a movie?
Yes.
I really hope this is a fake out and not actually just
Floppy?
the simple answer.
Is it Footloose?
Oh yes, that Footloose game. Remember that famous Footloose game?
I have no idea if
that
they made a
came out-
Footloose game.
Hey Braden, when
That's
was the
all I
last-
can think of
when
right
was
now.
The last time you played Footloose the game?
Hey, would it be behind
what
that?
console did
Shut up!
Footloose-
Shut up! Would it be past you to pick a randomized fuck tie-in game like Footloose? Has there been a Footloose game? I don't know. There was a
looking
Back
up-
to the Future game that was
looking it
crap.
You know what I love? I love the
Footloose.
fact that there's a. If there was a Footloose game, it would have
I
come
bet
out
you there is.
around the time when chip tunes were the music that we played, so it really wouldn't have sounded like that.
Oh my god.
I have no idea.
There's a board game. There's a
a
Footloose
Footloose.
board game.
That's all I can think of. Is the only thing that get out of my head. Screw you all. I'm going home.
There's a Footloose board game.
They made a Back to the Future game. They'd make a Footloose game.
That was
Someone out there will
What would
back
you
me up.
do? Just like dance? Is it
Yeah.
like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker?
Did you play Back to the Future?
Yeah, it's rubbish.
Exactly. It would have been rubbish.
You know what's more rubbish?
What?
Making up a game of an 80s film that wouldn't have that chance to have that soundtrack on there.
I have no idea.
Oh, man.
Clearly. Braden,
That was great.
you want to let him know what it is?
He
Was
gets
it,
it.
was it the newly announced one?
Yes, it
Why
was.
you couldn't answer the console?
Yes.
It's Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct, because I say gaming's past, present, or future.
Yes.
It's
You
coming
did
out in
say that,
October.
didn't you?
Do you
I
want to
did.
know? Do you want to know what I was thinking it was? And then I had a small panic for a second while we were laughing about Footloose.
Yeah.
It could have been any freaking Just Dance game.
Oh, didn't think of that.
Oh,
Could have been.
man.
They made a Grease game for God's sake.
Yeah, it could have been anything. The other one I was thinking it could have been would Shrek 2.
Oh.
Well, there you go. So,
been
all
Shrek.
better guesses than Footloose.
Having said that, I would never have thought to think of
No, just that. You would have never thought.
I would
We'll
never
leave
have
it
thought
there.
to ask.
Never would have thought. Correct.
The answer would be a game that has not come out yet.
Past, present, or future. That's what we're about here at Hack the Dino.
Has pulled that
Shit.
cheeky one before.
And
That
at the
was
end of that
cheeky as fuck.
version of Braden versus the world's on 19. Braden's hit the lead on 21.
Great stuff.
I'd play
fellow-
Footloose.
Fellow humans, welcome to this place, the end, as we call it, of this particular show, of which we also call Hack the Dino. I'm Ben Rosenthal. I've been joined by Floppy Starrick, who's an
Biggest Footloose fan ever.
Xbox and Footloose's biggest fan.
I need a hero.
And our very own little Falcon, Braden Dixon. I called you Falcon the other day. Did you like that?
Yeah, I did notice that.
I just messaged Braden and went, hey, Falcon.
If you were a Guardian of the Galaxy, who would you be?
I'd be
Kevin
Drax.
Bacon.
He's the best Guardian.
I mean, he gets referenced in the movies, so...
So I was right, basically.
Floppy,
Yes.
what do you like to do when you're not failing miserably at life?
Well, I watched Footloose over and over and over again.
Yeah,
On
I saw
3.
that in like the mid-2000s, like
Yeah.
the early 2010s. Didn't they do Footloose?
For
That
such a
was movie
Footloose
then.
fan, you'd think you'd know if you'd made a game of it or not.
Man, there are so many games out there, so much shovelware.
He's
I
not
wouldn't be
wrong.
surprised if there was a Footloose game. I was like, that's all I could think of.
All right, Floppy, what else do you do?
I do
besides-
things on Instagram. I throw games that I picked up. I'm so dark on you right now. There's some stuff that I got. Game Boy Dad got me a real sick Duke controller. These things are massive.
Duke?
Yeah. The other one, dickhead next to me, let me know that there was a PS1 copy of Metal Gear going that was complete, which I needed to finish my collector's edition.
I've never seen Floppy so angry. This is hilarious.
He hasn't taken the sunnies off. He means business.
It's right now because you'd see that I was seething.
Well,
Right
you know
now.
what it sounds like you need? A hero. Braden,
Yo!
what do you do when you're not laughing at Floppy?
When I'm not here and Floppy's incredibly angry, I do another podcast where we talk about movies and TV shows and stuff. You can go check it out. Millennial Movie Talk. It's over on YouTube. It's over on your podcast service of choice. Most recently, we've been talking about Loki a bunch. We went and saw Fast and Furious. I finally saw In the Heights as well. I loved it. It was
You know
great.
what? We went to go see that last weekend. Sold out.
Wow. Yeah. So Michaela and I were just going to buy tickets there. And then we looked up session times. And she accidentally clicked on the session time. So it went through the next page to book tickets. Like actual seats. And there were hardly anything
Yeah,
left.
sold out. I
Yeah.
still haven't seen it. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing. I gave it 5 out of 5. It was great. I love it.
Footloose probably sold out.
I mean, maybe.
No, they didn't because they didn't have a game named after them. They would
Would've
have
got a
sold
cult
out. If they
following.
sold out, they would have had a game made.
Yeah, Fast and Furious as well. Cruella is doing weirdly well, which, is interesting. Loki's doing really good. Watched Luca as well. The Disney
Luca,
Plus
yeah, we
movie.
watched that the other night.
Yeah, I loved
Lovely.
it. It was really nice. You can hear the rest of our thoughts.
What I really liked about Luca as well is the fact that I didn't have my heart ripped out and then squeezed of all the life force.
I just did.
Like Pixar are known to do.
It's a nice slice of life, a nice change of pace. Very, very nice movie. And they also had a huge diatribe about Yu-Gi-Oh and shit for like 10 minutes. It was a lot. But yeah, Millennial Movie Talk on your podcast service of choice.
So, question.
Over on YouTube.
No, I won't ask that. It's
Question?
all right. No, it's all right.
Ben?
Moving on. So, yeah, I don't do a lot. What have I got to plug? Mr. Benjamin on Instagram, Ben Rosenthal at Twitter. Hit me up there. We can laugh about how Footloose isn't a game and how someone who co-hosts a video game show thought Footloose with a CD perfect quality soundtrack appeared in a game that would have come out in the 80s.
Just saying, Grease came out on the Wii.
Yeah, it did. You're right, but that wasn't based off the film. That was its own thing. And
What was
you
it
can
I'd
see
say? It was
here-
based on the fucking film. I've got it.
You can see my latest pickup there is some old Mortal. I've gone into trading card, the pit of trading cards.
So long, Ben.
What the hell is wrong with me? So far, I bought a box of Super Mario Brothers movie cards, which did have a game made of it, and Super Street Fighter. I can just feel this heat. Street Fighter the movie cards, and Mortal Kombat 1 card. I'm spending too much money on freaking cards, man. And also one of my comics that I wrote came out, so you can go check that out if you like. It's all right, I guess. The art's very good. I speak very highly of the artist, Alex Malashev. He's a good artist. Writing's okay, I guess. Whatever. We've been Hack the Dino. You can listen to us, or hear us, or eat us. Simply go to hackthedino.com where you can find all the links to all the things that we do, such as YouTube, which will lead you to youtube.com/hackthedino, or Twitch over at twitch.tv/hackthedino. Maybe you'd like to support our Patreon at patreon.com/hackthedino, or even head over to Instagram or Twitter or any of our podcasts on any of the podcast app. Head to hackthedino.com. Share it with people. Share it with your friends. They'll find something there that they like. Apart from Floppy, who won't find the Footloose game.
Look at all
It's
these
not there, I'm sorry.
easily accessible links.
Isn't it great?
So easily accessible.
Just
you can
simple.
access it so easily.
Just text, you click it, it takes you there.
It's so easy.
So easy. Hey, Brayden.
Yeah.
You know what it's time to do?
Shit. God,
Cut loose?
Oh, God, no.
Foot loose.
Bye, everyone. Hope you had a
Get
great
up
night.
and get
Have a good one.
loose. Don't play the game.
Bye, I love you. This is
because
the
it
end of
doesn't
Ben.
exist.
Bye.